No time getting into the swing of things at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. He's set to deliver a speech as scheduled despite his late arrival in Davos due to a minor electrical issue on board Air Force One. Treasury Secretary Besson says California Governor Newsom, who says world leaders ought to stand up to President Trump, has no business being at the World Economic Forum, given the impact of last year's wildfire disaster in California.
He is here hobnobbing with the global elite while his California citizens are still homeless. Shame on him. He is too smug, too self-absorbed, and too economically illiterate to know anything.
The president, meanwhile, sounds confident about winning over NATO allies, skeptical, some even angry about his plan to assume control of Greenland. Some tough talk from Iran's top diplomat.
Iran's foreign minister has issued a direct threat against the US, warning of retaliation if attacked. This comes after Tehran's crackdown on protesters and as a US aircraft carrier group moves toward the Middle East. Abbas Araghchi made the threat in an opinion article, blaming armed demonstrators for the violence. Videos from Iran show security forces targeting unarmed protesters. The death toll from the protests has reached at least 4,519, according to US-based activists. More than 26,300 people have been arrested, with fears of executions coming amid the ongoing tensions. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Wall Street may give up more ground today following yesterday's heavy losses. Stock futures are in the red. The Dow futures down 149 points, and NASDAQ futures off 59 points. S&P futures down 9. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Listen closely. If your retirement funds include an IRA or 401k, this matters right now. The stock market is at an all-time high. The dollar is under pressure. Interest rates are heading down, and leading economists are warning that the global financial system is changing. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 right now to get your free gold investment guide, valued at $49, plus your free copy of economist Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. Investors across America are turning to gold and silver with Advantage Gold. Right now, silver is flashing a signal you can't ignore. Silver prices have been rising sharply, and history shows when silver moves, it can move fast. Learn more before this window closes. Call 800-900-8000 right now to get your free precious metals rollover kit. Find out about a tax and penalty-free rollover in 2026. Gold and silver can surge when the economy shifts, and they don't wait for permission. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Snapchat's parent company, Snap, has settled a social media addiction lawsuit, just as that case was set to go to trial in Los Angeles.
This is a case brought by a 19-year-old woman identified by the initials KGM. She had been alleging that the algorithmic design, the way these platforms actually design what dictates the stuff that we all see, left her addicted and affected her mental health. So she was suing not just Snapchat, but also TikTok, YouTube, and Meta. In this case, what we saw today was a settlement announced at a hearing today with Snap, but those other 3 cases remain active. So those other 3 defendants will still have to defend themselves in court starting next week at trial.
The BBC's Lily Jamali. Mexico's security minister says that country has sent 37 more cartel members to the U.S. News and analysis, townhall.com. A government watchdog will pursue monopoly allegations against Meta.
The Federal Trade Commission says it's going to appeal a federal judge's November ruling in a historic antitrust case against Meta. The FTC alleges that for more than a decade, Meta Platforms has illegally maintained a monopoly in social networking. A ruling against Meta would have forced it to spin off its Instagram and WhatsApp. But following a trial, federal judge James Boasberg ruled the company does not hold a monopoly in social networking. Meta says in a statement that the court's decision was correct and that it will remain focused on innovating and investing in America. I'm Donna Water.
Forecasters warn of heavy snow, sleet, freezing rain starting Friday in much of the nation's midsection, then shifting toward the east coast through the upcoming weekend. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio. Yeah!
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
The winds of Wednesday.
Storms coming, don't you know?
Winter's coming, you know.
Yeah, here it is. After the new year, and here we go.
And we mean the big winter. That's coming this weekend.
No talk of accumulations, but a lot of chances of it. So,
yeah, what I'm seeing online is a lot of people, and you know, it's funny that whenever storms like this come along, everybody breaks out their "I'm a meteorologist" hat.
That's right.
But a lot of people saying the ice accumulation might be worse than snow accumulation.
That's what I'm wondering. And just based off of what we're seeing here, and having experienced that type of stuff back east, is no bueno. It's way worse than snow. So I'm hoping, but yeah, the rain part getting mostly rain Friday, and then Friday night's going to probably change over. That's a recipe for not good driving. The good news is that most is over the weekend, so hopefully that mitigates a lot of people needing to go
necessity
out.
of travel.
Yeah,
I think it's just funny that this weekend a lot more people are going to be saying F-Ice for a whole different reason.
Yeah. But, according to this, we have a winter storm watch that's going to been issued that will take effect Friday morning beginning at 11 a.m. And as of right now, it's in effect through Sunday morning at 5 a.m.
So just the whole weekend.
Pretty much.
Yeah, except for Sunday.
Well, and if you look at the weather forecast, we got snow chances Sunday, too. So I don't know if that'll get extended or not. But for right now, it's through Saturday night. So
plan accordingly. Make sure to Jesse put up a great post. Just make sure you're prepared. Make sure you've checked, winterized your house and checked your heat. Make sure it's you're set up for it.
Well, we've already gotten some cold overnight temps, but this weekend, Friday night's overnight low is 18. Saturday's overnight low is 11.
We were at 13 the other night.
Yeah,
overnight.
And so, those are freezing pipes and all that type. So, open the cabinets, run the water, hot and cold.
Yeah, bring the plants, the pets, and maybe even the husband inside for the night.
There you go. But, so, and then, of course, that makes the next 2 days BMTP time.
Yeah.
Bread, milk, toilet paper. Go to the stores and stock up on BMTP.
Actually, especially that TP, because I literally used my last square this morning.
Oh.
Because I thought I had more. You always think you have more. I went under the cabinet where I keep it, and it was just an empty package.
Well, I know you, so therefore you're okay. Go to your MREs. They have toilet
You're
paper.
Absolutely right.
They have toilet paper in there for you.
And I've been taught how to correctly use that toilet paper.
I'm a giver.
Yeah. That's I honestly didn't even think about that. Of course, when you're when you're sitting drop trowel on the toilet,
right,
and the MREs are way over there in the preparedness corner.
Well, just for prep standard, throw one in the cabinet in the bathroom.
There you go.
Maybe not one of your least favorite ones.
I'll be here a while. Looks like we're having a veggie omelet
They will. They do have toilet paper and Tabasco.
That's right. Oh, that's right. Get you going in, get you going out.
Do they still have like the M&Ms from the 1972 Olympic team or anything?
Honestly, the ones that I've seen, they don't. Okay. I've seen they like do their own. Like they'll have like candy coated chocolate pieces.
Okay.
You know.
Like I'll never forget, and I was in the military, and this was mid to late 90s, 97 area. Mm-hmm. And we get our MREs, and they usually be like Lifesavers or M&M plane in there.
That was a big one.
Yeah, but I'd see a few M&M planes, and every time you get those, it'd have proud sponsor of the 1988 U.S. Olympic team. I'm like, this is 97.
Yeah, you open that up, and it is just dust. It is just dust.
Yeah. Yeah, so I ate some old candy.
I've had one of those, the tropical chocolate bars. Those are awful.
Yeah, they're not good.
That's a morale buster right there.
Yeah, I think they've revamped the MREs where they're a little better now as far as, although they got weird menus now. Like I'm hearing like tacos al pastor. I'm like, what?
Well, yeah, but this coming from the generation of the Four Fingers of Death, you know,
right.
Just a random pack of hot dogs.
Yeah. That's still a fan of turkey tetrazzini.
All right.
Don't eat the eggs. Don't eat the hash. Anything that says hash or eggs, I'm out.
I'll tell you, having watched some of these MRE videos, French rations, they hook it up.
Really?
In fact, there's a holiday ration. I don't know if they still do it, but there's a holiday ration that comes with a little like plastic tube of alcohol.
Oh wow!
Of
booze.
I think it's like a Aperol or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, a low ABV spirit just warm the soul during the holidays.
Well, it's a low hanging fruit here, but what French military accomplishments you know of recently? Because they're busy drinking their MREs.
That's right. Was that a fight? No, I'm good over here. The worst French accent ever. That's a fair point. But hey, if it ever comes up, they're well fed.
That's right. Follow the
and
drunk
a little
ones.
loose.
Send the drunk ones out.
That's right. Get behind the drunkies. Anybody who's seen South Park better get that joke.
Yep.
Operation Get Behind the Drunkies.
But yeah, it's gonna be cold. That was the whole point of all this. So
plan accordingly.
Yeah, it's weird. This is, and I think a lot of people are like, man, the fact this on the weekend helps, but you're kind of like, I kind of want some snow. You know, it's that time. I don't want winter storm. I don't want that. But, you know, a little snow, that'd be all right. So I'm hoping this is just I'm hoping we'll get like an inch of snow, but it just like over 2 days or something. Because the fact they're not saying, usually when I see stuff like this, it's like expect 1 to 2 inches tonight, and I'm not seeing any of that.
Right.
So I don't know if it's going to be all ice or it's just going to be a big nothing burger of flurries all day. And stuff.
Well, if we get a lot of moisture in the form of like rain or sleet and then those low temps, that's going to just harden into like super ice.
Yeah. Just like our percentages are high. We're like Friday, we're looking at 80%, 100% Friday night, 90% Saturday, 70% Saturday night, and another 20% Sunday. So, I mean, the chances are excellent. Mm-hmm. It's just how much? I don't know. So, hopefully they'll have a better, clearer picture of this in the next day or so. And they can maybe give us, all right, you're going to get an inch here or 2 inches here.
That's what I figure is once we get closer to it, I think that they'll actually like, okay, well, this is how it's going to go down.
Well, at least give us those models. Because I know they have like their 37 different models, and like the European model, this model, and like I'll hear the meteorologist talk about that on the thing, and it's like, well, what are your models saying right now? Go give me the extremes on either side. One is desert, we're not getting nothing, to 30 inches? What are we talking here?
I wish news media would put as much effort and technology into the forecasts that they do into the elections.
Yeah.
If you ever watch like CNN during like an election night, they have like the stage is like AR where you can like walk in like from state to state and you can pull up different results and stuff. That's how the forecast should be.
I feel like they do that. They try a lot with weather, but I think a lot of the things they do just don't work. Like the one that makes me laugh, like what is the point of this one, is our KOB4. I don't know if I think they abandoned using it. But they went hard and heavy with it for a minute. They had and they only used it during the weather. They had like this 3D map of Albuquerque. But it was literally just like this table, and it had like this hologram of Albuquerque city.
Skyline, right?
I'm like, well, that's all well and good and looks fancy, but what is it teaching me about the weather?
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
If you have a model that you can just turn and zoom in and out. You can show how cloud patterns move in. You can show accumulations. So it makes sense from the perspective.
I don't think that thing had that technology. I think it literally was just like a Mr. Potato Head of stuff, and just like, oh look, and then we go, we put a little flashy cloud over here. I don't think it really did sciencey. I think it just looked. Oh, this might look good on TV. And then after a while, they said, yeah, this is kind of stupid. I think they abandoned it.
They're just not putting the money behind the meteorology program.
I think they're trying some gadgets, but not all.
Nobody ever takes the weatherman seriously. Cut to Steve Stucker covered in balloon Fiesta pins.
Yeah. Well, I think all their money goes into the Doppler radar 5000 or whatever the latest. Is it still Doppler radar?
I think so.
On past that.
They have teams of people to launch ping pong balls into the sky.
That's right.
I remember seeing that when I was a kid and thinking, God, that's like the height of technology.
Did you ever see Twisters?
No, I saw the new one.
You should watch it because it continues with that, and it go a little bit better, a little bit more.
I've heard really good things. I just never.
It was entertaining. I gotta be honest. I think it was a more fun watch Twisters than Twister.
Yeah,
a little bit for me.
Twister, I think, was more of I enjoyed it more just because of the star power of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you like the people that just randomly popped up, you're like, oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman's in this.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. But I definitely want to check out the sequel. You know what I did check out, though, is the first episode of Fear Factor.
Oh,
the new Fear Factor with Johnny Knoxville.
Yes, they've rebooted it. And I saw it was on there. My wife. Not in on that one.
I can imagine. You know what? She's right to have these feelings.
Jocelyn was telling me a little bit about it. It's almost like Real World meets Fear Factor.
They turned it on its ear. It's everybody lives in the fear house.
Yeah.
And so you see these interactions and kind of like the how the group comes together and form alliances and things like that. But then they go to the end and they go to the final challenge. This week. This was the first challenge, and it was a doozy.
Yeah.
They had to I'm not going to give too much away, but they harped on people's specific fear.
Okay.
And boy, was it a doozy. It's a good one.
What do you fear of? Rooms full of lots of money that I get to take home with me. That's my biggest fear.
It was like snakes, rats.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to remember the other two. Snakes and rats were the two that were just the worst.
What's your biggest fear? Someone serving me a delightfully well-prepared steak.
Oh, God. Medium rare steak? Oh.
Screw you.
But I'm definitely in for this season. Because, of course, at the end, they give you this season.
Right.
And then just cut to all of the horrific things that they're going to do.
Like, my wife would be real easy. You could just put up a thing of cottage cheese.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even have to eat it. I'll just sit here and eat it in front of her, and she's grossed out.
Reviled. Of all of the things that they ever did on Fear Factor, and I'm sure they're going to bring this back up in this iteration, the one thing that the thought of it scared me more than anything else was when they had to swim underwater into a tube.
Yeah.
The idea of being inside of a thing underwater is terrifying to me. That's maybe one of my biggest fears.
And I gotta be honest, because all right, like if you're in a coffin full of bugs, they can get you out of there pretty quick and stuff. But if you're under the tube or whatever and you're stuck, I mean,
they got to send the
they
guy
can't get
down
to you.
there.
Yeah,
he's got to go in the tube.
I can see that.
And I know they have the breathing, the ports or whatever. But you go to look this one, you get a breath, and then you realize, the next one's a real long way away.
Yeah. Now I gotta ask, another show Jocelyn and I share. Did you ever watch the Special Forces show?
I saw an episode or two of it.
Okay.
I saw one of the ones with the daughter from Modern Family.
Okay,
was on it.
Yeah, I don't remember what season that was, but they do a lot of the similar, where they got to swim into this, or they're in a helicopter and they submerge it and they got to get out of the seatbelt and go pick up some package in the back and then swim out the door and go. Yeah, that's nightmare fuel for me. That's like. But then again, I don't like heights either. So when they got them crawling on a rope, that's no good either. Like I did some of that in basic training when we did the confidence. I did it. I don't need to do it ever again.
I will never, in my entire life, rappel again.
Yeah,
that was one of the scary. They were like, just lean out. I'm like, no.
And I've actually done that. I hate it. Never do it on my own, but I did it. Like I had to do it a little bit in the military with basic and all that. But in the scouts as well too. I did some rock climbing, rappelling. I even did the lumberjack tree.
Oh yeah.
Pull up the thing, getting the spikes. Yeah, none of that is in my radar things I want to ever do again.
It's like I think I'm all set.
Yeah, I even did. Well, this has nothing to do with heights, but it was just at the thing log rolling.
Really?
Like in the big roll, I did that. Yeah, they had the big old. That's hard.
I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I see a log rolling competition going on, I am transfixed.
Yeah, well,
I love watching stuff like that.
It's very, very hard.
People that are real good at it are like
I could barely get on the log, let alone roll on the log.
They're 87-year-old like kooks that wear overalls and they're all real good at log rolling.
Well, it just like, and you literally have to have someone hold the log to get you on it. And then I'm like, "Are you ready?" I guess so. And as soon as they let go, it's like,
right.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
And I know, and I was a teenager then, and now do it as an adult, I'd break my neck. But
yeah, there's no way.
All right, let me give you the rundown.
Oh yes,
we have we're going to replay some interviews for you today. We had the ladies from the Chaves County Extension Office join us yesterday, talking about the new year and new opportunities to do things with the Extension Office, including their classes for healthy living, all that good stuff. In the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to replay our interview we had with Elliot Rodriguez at Loan Depot. He joined us yesterday to talk about what he always talks about, just, buying homes and things and when's the right time to do all that stuff. And he's the guy that that deals with the finances before you actually talk to a real estate agent and pick your home out and all that stuff. So we'll play that interview for you here in the 8 o'clock hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, Downweld with Friends of Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge talked with Sean on Thursday of last week. We're going to play that for you in the 9 o'clock hour today. Plus, we'll have all of your features, including the newses of the local national variety, Wall Street Business Update, sports, local sports with Eric Butler, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Before we do any of that, though, let's get you up to date on that weather. Like I said, it's coming,
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment, hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looking good for the next few days. Our next storm system rolls in on Friday with some rain and snow. For now, we'll stay sunny. Our high today in the mid-50s. Overnight, mid-20s and some clouds. A little bit more cloud cover on Thursday, but still some sunshine and fairly mild. We'll hit about 60. Rain and snow showers in the morning on Friday. Rain in the afternoon and 40. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 27 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 53%. Winds are calm at the moment. For today, sunny skies, 54 for our high. North winds 10 to 15 miles this morning, but winds should decrease out of the southeast 5 to 10 this afternoon. Tonight, cloudy, overnight low of 25 degrees with south winds at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday, ironically, our warm day of the week. Sunny, partly cloudy, 60 for a high on Thursday. Winds will be out of the southeast at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 31. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Friday hits. Beginning at 11 a.m. on Friday the 23rd, they will be issuing a winter storm watch that will remain in effect through Sunday morning at 5 a.m. For Friday, we're looking at an 80% chance of snow showers before 8 a.m., then it changing over to rain, possibly with a mix of snow showers. A high of 40 on Friday with north winds at around 10 miles per hour. Friday night, we're looking at 100% chance of precipitation, rain and snow showers becoming all snow after 8 p.m. with an overnight low of 18 degrees. Saturday, snow showers, 90%, high of 26. You heard me right. The high is 26 on Saturday. So whatever snow we get, it's going to linger. Saturday night, we're looking at a 70% chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 11. 11, yes. And then Sunday, We're still looking at a 20% chance of snow before 11 a.m., mostly cloudy, but gradually becoming sunny. But we're only hitting a high of 30 on Sunday, so it's not warming up that much. It's still below freezing. Sunday night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 4 degrees. In New Mexico, 4, as in Brett Favre, 4 on Sunday night. Monday, we're looking at mostly sunny skies with a high of 35. Monday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 9. And then we're going to hit mid-40s on Tuesday. So enjoy Thursday, because after Thursday, it's going to get cold. And it's going to get really cold for the weekend and into next week. So prepare accordingly. All right, it is 7:25. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Then we're going to play our interview we had with the Chaves County Extension Office. Katie and Tamara joined us. That's up next. Don't go away.
Drive into the new year and save like never before during the used car super sale at Roswell Honda. With rates as low as 3.99%, no payments until April, and over 20 vehicles priced under $20,000, including 3 vehicles available at just $177 a month with 0 down. The lot is loaded with amazing pre-owned vehicles priced right, so you're sure to find the one that fits your needs and your budget. But these deals won't last, so act fast. Hurry to the used car super sale on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Artesia General Hospital presents expert tips for a healthier cold weather season. As temperatures drop, your risk for seasonal illness rises, but small daily habits can protect you. First, strengthen your immunity. Get your annual flu vaccination and keep hands clean. Second, maintain balanced nutrition. Enjoy holiday meals, but focus on vegetables, lean proteins, and mindful portions. Third, protect your skin. Heated indoor air pulls moisture away from your body. Apply moisturizer twice a day and stay well hydrated. Healthy routines don't need to be complicated, just consistent. These healthy living reminders are brought to you by Artesia General Hospital, ready to take care of you and your family.
When you need tough, reliable equipment that gets the job done right, turn to your local Kubota experts. Amigo Machinery in Roswell is proud to be your hometown Kubota dealer, offering a full line of tractors, mowers, and construction equipment, plus genuine parts and expert service and advice. Locally owned and operated, and here for you. Stop by Amigo Machinery at 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell, or call us at 575-624-2026. Amigo Machinery, your trusted local Kubota dealer for all of Southeast New Mexico.
Happy New Year from everyone at the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop in Roswell. We have now moved into 2026. There are great New Year's deals and sales throughout the store, including winter and early spring fabrics. Be sure your machine is ready for this year, or maybe it's time for a brand new Brothers sewing machine. The Calico Cow is your authorized handy quilter long-arm dealer. Log on to RoswellQuilting.com to order. The Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, 200 East College in Roswell. Want to know how? Come celebrate 2026 with the Cow.
Playing dance music can help ward off mosquitoes. Now you have a reason to invite Pitbull to your next pool party. Here's Mike Winters.
This morning from the Chaves County Extension Office, Tamara Schubert and Katie Wright back with us. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you today? All in unison.
We're good.
It's funny, you guys went, because you guys were kind of sitting here before just going, boo, and then it turned on the mic like, hi! You know,
put the show on. Got a good face on.
You look like you had a case of the Mondays today.
It's the weather. It's finally cold.
It is. It is. And now, like, they're talking snow and stuff this weekend. So
I saw that. No.
We're saying it. We'll see. Well, if it's going to happen, the weekend's a better time for
The
it
weekend
to happen.
is. And we do need the moisture.
Yeah.
Some build up before,
Kids are not going to agree with us, but you know, the rest of us that actually have to do stuff, we're like, the weekend be fine. That being said, we need nice days because they're busy days with the extension office. First of the year is always a busy time with the start of new programs and things, extension clubs and things. It's just a lot of new during this time of the year. And now you got a new office, so it's even newer this year.
Right. We're going to have new programs in the new office.
Yeah. So first off, obviously, if you have any business, anything to do with the extension office, they are at the new location, the new home. Everything is there. So if you want to come sign up for classes or have show someone your pecans to find out if they're good or not, then that's where you go, the new home there. What's the actual address there at the
So it's 1610 Southeast Main Street.
Yeah.
And if you're familiar with the parking lot that houses I Associates and Senior Olympics, we're in that parking lot. And we're the biggest building on the southwest side of the parking lot. So we back up to the fitness trail that's there.
Yeah, but all right down there, kind of in the county complex of buildings there. So if you need anything there, or if you want to sign up for 4-H or anything like that, that's where you go. You can go if you want to talk to an actual person face-to-face kind of thing. That being said, so let me ask, is there still sign-up opportunities for some of these classes, or are we past some of those deadlines here?
So for some of them we're past, but for a lot of things that we're still open.
Okay.
Right. So our year-long health wellness prevention class, we have pushed back. We're going to start that one in February.
Okay.
So if you haven't called the office to RSVP for that one, please
you got a little
do so.
extended opportunity here.
You do. So that's really focusing on all things food and nutrition wise. It's really based on preventing some chronic diseases, but it's going to be all things that relate to our health and wellness.
Absolutely. And let's be honest, I'm going to guess, the average person's going to be 40s, 50s, someone who's, they start getting diagnosed with diabetes or these types of things as we get older. And I'm not going to lie, what they taught you as a kid is not the same as what they teach today as far as health, nutrition. Gone are these food pyramids and just the things.
Actually, the food pyramid's coming back.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. It's different.
All right.
It's an upside down topsy-turvy.
Okay. So it's more, it looks like a food Jenga.
You just got to figure out where you fit.
But I mean, just the philosophies on nutrition and things like that. And to be honest, reading the ingredients on the back of a product at a grocery store can, you could have a degree in engineering and still make no sense to you. So that's why these classes are so helpful for folks. It really kind of cuts through the mustard, because I know some of you are just like, look, just tell me the healthy things to eat and I'll eat them, or you get the other way. It's like, oh, yeah, great, I'm in a life of eating avocados or whatever. And they're like, huh. But that's what this class is all about. It's to show you different ways to do these things and to really how to balance nutrition and how to see, how it impacts and the science, especially with diabetes and things like that. They've learned a lot. Food is a factor, but not always. It's not even so much what you eat, it's when you eat it and how you eat it, and that's where this class kind of helps with that kind of stuff. And
and it's going to go through a lot more than just food too, but that is a big basis of it. So that one, signups are still going. We're going to start that one the first week of February with our kitchen creations classes, which is our diabetes cooking schools. We do have 2 of those coming up. So we're going to have a face-to-face option starting in March.
And that's really if you want to learn to find the best way to make, foods that, your pizzas and things that you think.
Cauliflower crust.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Finding alternatives to eat, fun things in a healthier way.
So it's going to go through how those foods do affect those with diabetes and kind of some fun recipes that they can try. So that's coming up. It's going to be Mondays in March. The in-person class is going to be at 11, so it's going to be over your noon hour.
Okay. Right when you're hungry.
Yeah. Well, yeah, right. That's the intent of it.
Yeah.
But we're also offering an online course this year, too. Okay. So if in-person's not available, online Thursdays
obviously
at
no
1.
food eating opportunities
right.
on the online.
You can watch us cook.
Sure.
And you can get the ingredients and join in with us online.
Do it like a like back when Julia Childs came on TV and we start cooking next to her or something. Yeah, do that kind of. She's like, Julia Childs, who's that?
So they can sign the office now. Call the office now to get signed up for those one. Both of those do require some pre-registration, so we can have all the materials and everything ready for you.
Yeah, that one, because there's, like you said, cooking, food involved, and so you need numbers. You need so you got a plan.
Yeah, so the Extension Clubs will be hosting a junk journaling workshop. So it's a new craze that's going out there. So come join us. We'll show you the ins and outs of it. It's going to be February the 5th at 5:30 at the new office. But other than that, we have some of our regular programs still going on. So Strong Bones does still happen at Bethel, at Grace, and at Senior Circle. So really Tuesday through Friday.
Okay.
All of them start at 10 o'clock in the morning. They just rotate different days at each site.
So at those Strong Bones, are those, is it is it like exercise, or is it more the nutrition, or a little cocktail of both? Or?
So it's really all about preventing osteoporosis and strengthening our muscles and our balances. So it's weight bearing, meaning using your own weight to do some of those, and really chair functions.
Okay.
So if you're concerned about osteoporosis, things like that.
Sure.
Strengthening, having trouble with balance, things like that. Those are some great classes to go to.
Now, and this is where I'm not a doctor. Typically, I'm not saying men don't get osteoporosis, but generally that women are more susceptible to that, right? Or I don't even know.
I haven't looked at the current research.
But every
going
person
on
I know
with
they talk about it's usually females, and that's why I was kind of wondering if they're just lower calcium or something. I don't know, but
well, and everybody says they fell and broke their hip, but really they broke their hip and then they fell.
I got you.
And so strengthening those bones and making sure that we're working that into our diet is important.
Sure. I will tell you this. My grandmother drank milk pretty steady. She's drinking a couple glasses a day. And in her 70s, she fell down the steps and broke her hip. She fully recovered. How many women, anybody in their 70s that break a hip that fully recovered? She did. Now, she passed a couple years later from something completely different, but
her hip was fine.
But that's what I'm saying. There's something to the milk thing, folks. I'm just saying. Ever since that, but obviously there's a lot more to it than that. But strong bones do start with
In February, it'll be the 21st at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And they're going to do a lesson on saving your rose bushes from pests. So if you've got roses around and you've got pest issues, this is one that you want to go to.
By pests, I mean bugs, or like people stealing your flowers for a romantic getaway.
Got lots of legs, pests, yes. Yeah, no stealing flowers prior to Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Rude. The other things that they'll have coming up on March the 5th, Portales, so Roosevelt County is going to be hosting our Southeast Ranchers Workshop.
Okay.
And the registration for that one will be out pretty quick.
Very good. Excellent. And, of course, what about 4-H stuff? I know it's always time to join 4-H.
Always time to join, but if you want to compete, we're kind of getting towards the tail end of registering and being able to compete in our fairs this summer. So come join us.
I would imagine, there might be a few animals you're a little late in the game to
Most folks have probably already bought their beef.
Okay.
But there's still some room for some other critters.
Sure.
So.
Well, and that's just the beauty of 4-H and even if you don't like animals, you can still, there's plenty to do in 4-H.
Absolutely.
But like, I know at the fairs and stuff, like pets, it's not always livestock.
Right.
Sometimes it's your pets. And I would
even argue.
We had
a friend bring a salamander.
Yeah. I mean, rabbits, chickens, shoot. We have city ordinance now. People living in city folk can have chickens right now.
Right. So. You do need to make sure you have enough space for your chicken.
Yeah, please. There are rules on that one. Just to roll up with all right, let me throw them in the yard here. And that's no fences, no problem. We just keep them in the living room. Yeah, no. You might get a phone call on that one.
Maybe.
But there is lots of opportunities.
For sure. So we're also working on our project workshops. So if you've signed up and you know what you're doing, we're offering lots of educational opportunities for those various activities.
Absolutely. And of course, if you're not sure, come by the extension office. They'll show you the quite extensive list of different clubs and organizations through 4-H that you can be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, not all of them are touching animals. Most, some of them are dealing with computers or shooting sports, or there's a lot of other opportunities. Now, if you want to get your hands dirty with the animals and livestock, then plenty of opportunities there too. But that being said, there's so much more to 4-H than showing animals at the fair. That's just one little sliver.
Absolutely. We are in the heart of shooting sports season. We are kicking it off, getting ready to go.
Okay.
So this is the perfect time to join if you're thinking about shooting sports.
Absolutely. And I know those folks have a lot of fun doing that. And they're pretty good too. They go out there and win awards and things for doing this stuff.
Right.
And plus they go all over the state. They get to, and it's obviously it's shooting in safe. They learn, but they really do with with like the clay shoots and the different shoots that they do. It's a lot of fun.
Right.
Let's make some friends.
If you're not sure, if you're not sold yet, come visit us at the library. 4-H Day at the library in Roswell and Hagerman. I believe our upcoming one is housing and interior design.
Okay.
So come sample some projects, hang out.
Are they the both both libraries? Is it the same project at both libraries?
Yes.
So if you're like, oh, I want to do the one there, it's at either one. Then you don't have to. I got to go to Hagerman to catch. No, you can find it in Roswell too.
If life happens and you miss Roswell, come see us in Hagerman.
Yeah. Or if you just really, really liked it.
You want to do it twice? Yes.
We've had those.
Sure. Well, I imagine it's maybe you bring like one child or one friend, and you're like, oh, well, I brought another one this time to come.
You know who would really like this?
Yeah.
So and so down the street.
Exactly. And then it gives them an excuse to say, well, then we'll have lunch in Hagerman afterwards and all that. So
there you go.
Yeah, make a thing out of it. Of course, speaking of, we talk about 4-H and all that, there's also the extension clubs, which we lovingly call 4-H for adults. There's always now's a great time, beginning of the year, if you're interested in, if there's not one of the current extension clubs that meet your interests or desires, wants, then, pitch your idea. Maybe we can start a new extension club based on your interests. And if you already got a gaggle of friends that already do it, then, boom, instant club right there.
Yeah. So we're up to 6 clubs in the county.
Okay.
2 of our newest clubs. One is quilting and one is our sewing group.
Okay.
So we opened a second quilting group. So if they happen to have been on the waiting list.
Quilters are popular.
They are. It's
that's
a
great.
great skill to have. So they're meeting. So if you're interested in those, please do call the office.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is the new sewing club, and they meet the second Tuesday of every month at 11.
Okay.
So again, kind of over your lunch hour, come see us. But it's a great opportunity. And then if there's other people that are interested in particular topics or just want to make another club because they've got a group of friends, talk to us.
And this, there's really a lot of different directions you could take this.
Absolutely.
I mean, for instance, maybe you're into playing chess or backgammon or bridge or something like that. This is a great, but you're like, well, I can't gather enough friends to play bridge, or or I love chess, but I'm playing the same 3 people. I want to play some new people. This is how an extension club gets formed: is just finding some people with a common interest here, and you might be surprised. Be like, you find a bunch of people out there. Oh yeah, I'm glad you found it. I never knew that this. The sky's the limit on this. I mean, we talk about stamp collecting to. As long as we're not burning buildings down or nothing, maybe, flamethrower. No, all right, let's chill on that. But, things like that, I learned her lapidary last time we talked about this.
Lapidary?
Yeah, the polishing of rocks.
Yes.
You got a bunch of people that are into polishing rocks.
I'm glad that wasn't a quiz.
Yeah. Well, you know why I always remember that? Is because of the scene from Shawshank Redemption. Where he literally, have you seen that movie?
You're speaking Greek.
You've probably seen that movie, right? No? How have you not seen Shawshank Redemption? Never mind. You don't get to hear the story.
Now you have homework.
It really is a good movie. Well, you know what? You know what it is? You're not dudes. I think every dude has seen that movie, and I thought maybe just someone dragged you along to watch it. But I think
I know what my husband's turning the TV to today.
Well, I would say any man between 35 and 55. Shawshank Redemption's like their top 5 movie, in there somewhere. It's just like that. And I don't know how many, there's even jock guys that are like, what's your favorite movie? And they'll throw out Shawshank Redemption. There's always that one in there. I don't know if.
What is it even about? You got to fill me in.
It's okay. So it's based off a Stephen King book.
Okay.
And it was a short story called Rita Hayworth at Shawshank, and it's about a man who gets wrongly accused for killing his wife. His wife was cheating on him.
And all men say, yes, I love this.
Well, it's a horror movie. And so he gets accused of killing his wife and gets sentenced to Shawshank Prison.
Okay.
And this is, and then he ends up in prison for most of his life. And so it's kind of this life in prison. And Morgan Freeman's like his buddy, Sherpa, that kind of lays the, but it's kind of, but here's the whole deal. And I don't know if I want to tell you the rest because it's kind of a.
You got to see it to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, everyone else knows it out there. But anyway, what you think is about a man's life in prison is really this.
It's a whole nother something.
A whole nother something where he's,
Okay.
And it has a lot to do with polishing rocks. It all starts with lapidary and polishing rocks.
Okay. We made the circle.
But, he escapes from prison. I mean, but the reason the short story was called Rita Hayworth at Shawshank is because his first poster he used to hide his wall was a picture of Rita Hayworth from.
Okay.
Now the movie's just called Shawshank Redemption, but if you read the book, it's actually I think you'd kind of like it if you sit down and watched it. It's a do you like Stephen King stuff? Where you like?
I like Disney.
Okay. I like Goofy.
I'm a hard audience. Okay.
So it leaves to say you're not in that group watching Breaking Bad. With all
No, can't say I am.
Oh well, at least the one that got me. This is when I still did the morning show in Artesia. I would interview high school students a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember how we got there, but I made a Back to the Future reference. Please know you know that movie, right?
I've seen Back to the Future. I've seen all of them.
Okay, I was about. I'm not going to do this again, am I? But I made a reference about Back to the Future, and they literally looked at me like I had no idea what they're. I was like, "Look, I get it's an older movie, but I swear, if you turn on a TV at any given time of the day, if you scroll through the 200 some channels, one of them's got Back to the Future on. It
should be there. Yes."
If not the first one, the second one, or the third one. And usually they follow each other. They just show it all day. And but I did not know.
Okay, let me make you feel better. So before I came to Extension, I was teaching. I was teaching first grade. And I had different jobs that I changed out for my students every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every quarter, we'd get a whole new set of jobs. They'd get different names, whatever. I had the math magician that did the board for our math activities and stuff like that. But one of our new jobs was Vanna White.
Okay.
So their job was to point at the board,
right?
Obviously.
And they didn't know the Vanna White.
Nobody knew who Vanna White
She's
was.
at least on TV still. Now, granted, only old people watching Wheel of Fortune at 6:30 at night or whenever
I
it
need
comes on.
everyone to go home and ask their parents who Vanna White is. If you can come back tomorrow and tell me who she is, you get an A for your homework.
Wow.
You get a sticker.
And to be honest, her work got less over the years.
Right.
Because back in the day, she actually turned the letters, and then she'd have to touch them. Now I think she's got to walk by them, and they just come on.
If only our work was as easy as Vanna White.
But kudos to her. Right. That woman, I have no idea how old she is, but she looks amazing. And I'm guessing she's got to be 70s at this point.
She went to Kitchen Creations.
She's eating cauliflower pizzas. That's all I'm saying. But, she's timeless. But then again, I guess if your whole life, there's not a lot of stress in that job. I'm just saying.
She probably used to do whatever she wants to for most of her life.
And to be honest, I think like back even when Pat Sajak was doing it there towards the end, I feel like they taped a whole year's worth of episodes in like a couple weeks. So they literally worked like 2, 3, maybe a month, a year. Mm-hmm. And I know Sajak was making millions a year, and I'm pretty sure she's not making Sajak money, but she's
probably doing pretty good.
She's probably right there with it. She's been there long enough. Like she was, man. Anyway, I don't know how I got on that rant, but yeah, those kids. How do you not know Vanna White? That's depressing.
The thing is, none of their parents knew Vanna White either.
That's really depressing.
I had 2 of my 20 kids come back that knew the next day.
Come on.
Very sad. Teach your children about the classics.
The classics. Vanna White is an American icon.
She is.
But here's the sad part. You ask guys my age, and they're going to think about Playboy.
Probably.
Because I don't know if y'all know this, but back in the 80s, she did a Playboy thing.
Okay, we don't judge people by their past.
It was very tasteful. It wasn't like the rest of it. It was tasteful.
What a time.
Guy in their 50s like, I know Vanna White. Very good. I took it way off the rails there. Did we get everything? Is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to mention?
We have a new phone number, and I don't think we shared that.
We should share that.
So our new number is 575-343-9075. So I'm going to say it one more time. 575-343-9075.
We need to work that into song form. Then
right?
We'll remember it. Yeah, we got to do something. One of our cars for kids. That one always do something. Some kind of jingle.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Sean and I were just talking about that last hour.
Shawshank Redemption and jingle. Homework. Okay.
I like Shawshank Redemption. I'm going to tell Sean. That's your new movie idea. Shawshank Redemption.
I have no idea, Mike. I can't even Google it.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shaw? Nah, I like Sean better.
Very good. So call the number, which is
343-9075.
Very good. And of course, you can find the Chaves County Extension Office on Facebook and all that. Mm-hmm. It's through NMSU. That's the kind of the charter of the extension office there. So if you type in NMSU Chavez County Extension, any word combination thereof, it should the pages should pop right up there. There's a couple different, because I think there's one dedicated period of 4-H stuff. I think there's one to ag stuff. So there's, depending on whatever your particular avenue that you're interested in. So speaking of which, I know is there are you guys still filling all the voids there? Or do you guys have some other staff?
Our ag position is still open.
Okay.
It's set to close the middle of February.
Okay.
So if you know anybody that would be great to help educate on the ag side. So that's anything urban horticulture related, pest management related, farm and livestock related.
How are we going to get our soil temperatures without this new person?
Me.
She's the one sticking the thermometer in the dirt every morning.
No, so we have some great volunteers located around Chavez County,
and they're the ones
in all the quadrants, and they just send them into the office.
Oh, very good. So you don't have to actually go out there with a
temperature probe. Yep.
Lift up your tongue.
That's definitely how that
works. Could have gone the other way. Good deal. Well, did we get it all after all that?
I think so.
I think we're good.
All right, very good. Well, thank you, ladies. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time here. And, of course, anything else we could do, don't hesitate to reach out.
All right.
And, folks, come sign up for these clubs. Sign up for. There's so many opportunities and wealth. And even if you can't get into some of these, if you miss the deadlines for some of the health classes, if you're looking for resources, please don't hesitate. They'll be happy to give you links to information on any kind of health or any of that stuff. They've got archives of information stuff thanks to NMSU and that side of things, and they'll be happy to plug you into some of that stuff too.
Absolutely.
So, good deal. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. We're gonna do a book report on Shawshank Redemption next time you're here.
2 pages.
I don't think I'm gonna be here.
Single spaced, no double spaced stuff. I know that. And no ChatGPT either. You can't cheat on that. I see a lot of that now. I'm starting to perfect recognizing that. So very good. Thank you guys.
Still burning cash on posters that get tattered, tired, and tossed?
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. The eyes of the world are on Davos, Switzerland, as President Trump delivers a speech at the World Economic Forum amid the Greenland controversy. The president's arrival was delayed by a few hours, an electrical issue on board Air Force One. At the summit, along with economic matters, Mr. Trump will talk with skeptical NATO allies about his plan for Greenland. The Great Lakes snow machine is working overtime as icy Arctic air invades the region, bringing dangerously cold temperatures. The snow is being measured in feet in some areas. Parts of the mid-Atlantic and points south are bracing for cold, snowy weather later in the week. One of those at the center of the firestorm over immigration enforcement in Minneapolis is defending ICE operations in the city. On Wall Street this morning, stocks opening a bit higher. More details, SRNnews.com.
For years, the phrase, the Magnificent Seven, was a popular term for the 7 most powerful tech companies. They were Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Meta, formerly Facebook, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla. And now the 7 are the Fab Four. Here's what happened. I'm Kim Commando with Improve Life. I created GLP-1 support to manage cravings, support metabolism, and keep blood sugar on track. Find out more at improvelife.com/Kim. Apple tripped big time with its massive AI failure. Apple should have led the way, but they don't really have any AI. And whatever it will have is primarily coming from Google. Apple's still huge, but no longer driving the market. Meta, formerly Facebook, catastrophically put too many eggs in the metaverse basket. After throwing more than $70 billion down the metaverse rabbit hole, Meta is no longer a leader. And finally, Tesla. What can I say? Tesla car inventories piled up on lots everywhere, and EV demand is evaporating. Get my free newsletter at getkim.com. January is when everyone swears this is the year they'll finally get it together with food. And then what happens? You're starving by 10 a.m., craving everything you said you wouldn't eat, and thinking about snacks every 5 minutes. It's exhausting. That's why I'm telling you about Improve Life GLP-1 support. It's designed to work with your body's natural GLP-1 hormone, the thing that's supposed to regulate your appetite and keep cravings in check. When it's doing its job, you actually feel full longer, and food stops being this constant background noise in your brain. This is not some crash diet or willpower challenge. It's giving your body what it needs, so making better choices doesn't feel like a fight. If you'd like to actually stick with your goals this year, go to improvelife.com/Kim for up to 30% off, plus free shipping and a free gift. That's improvelife.com/Kim. I take it every day, and I see and feel the results. improvelife.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looking good for the next few days. Our next storm system rolls in on Friday with some rain and snow. For now, we'll stay sunny. Our high today in the mid-50s. Overnight, mid-20s and some clouds. A little bit more cloud cover on Thursday, but still some sunshine and fairly mild. We'll hit about 60. Rain and snow showers in the morning on Friday. Rain in the afternoon and 40. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Still burning cash on posters that get tattered, tired, and tossed? Turn heads with vibrant LED posters from DSI. Plug and play with custom updatable graphics. Showcase a single showstopper or link several for a seamless video wall. For over 27 years, DSI has helped New Mexico businesses communicate smarter with printers, IT support, AV, and more. Ready to elevate your message and cut costs? Call 888-386-7834 or visit dsinm.com today.
Team in Class 4A, Artesia, and Roswell wins it 76-66. Roswell's now 11-9 on the season, and they led by 1 after 1 quarter, 5 at halftime, and then outscored Artesia by 6 in the third, and that's provided the little buffer there going into the fourth. Roswell plays Hobbs next Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Meanwhile, the Roswell girls fell to Artesia by a score of 42-37, and also in girls basketball action, it was Scudder defeating Clovis by a score of 48-45. The Lady Rockets are now 12-7 on the season. They'll be at Santa Teresa Saturday at 2:30. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Stocks slumped on Wall Street after President Donald Trump threatened to hit 8 European countries with new tariffs as tensions escalate over the attempts to assert American control over Greenland. The losses were widespread, with nearly every sector losing ground. Major indexes in the U.S. extended losses from last week into what has been a wobbly start to the year. Corporate chiefs and government leaders, including U.S. President Donald Trump, are in Davos, Switzerland this week for the World Economic Forum, where Greenland continues to be the topic of discussion. UK Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper reiterated the UK's position that the future of Greenland is for Greenlanders. French President Emmanuel Macron said Europe would not give in to bullies or be intimidated, in a scathing criticism of Donald Trump's threat. New York City's nursing strike is entering day 10. Nurses are asking for higher pay, an increase in staff to manage patients, fully funded benefits, and better workplace protections against violence for its members. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
At Martine's Capital Cafe, come in and enjoy a delicious variety for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Try our burritos, huevos rancheros, asado, chorizo, sausage, flautas, fajitas, chili rellenos, quesadillas, enchiladas, sopapillas, and don't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger and so much more. Everything is prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Martine's Capital Cafe. Quality, value, tradition, and the most delicious New Mexican food since 1989. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th Street in Roswell.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you can call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
A Greek-Canadian man invented the Hawaiian pizza. His name was Tex Colorado, and he was from Detroit. Here's Mike Winters.
Hey, good morning. It is 7:59. Got about a minute here before news at the top of the hour. Stay tuned next hour, about 8:15 or so. We're going to replay our interview we had yesterday. Elliot Rodriguez with Loan Depot dropped by for his monthly visit. Each time he joins us, just talking about home ownership and buying homes, and he really likes to work with first-time home buyers and things, and talking about just when to buy, right to buy. And he's basic, and the answer to that is if you need a home, then it's time to buy a home, regardless of the world, the environment it is. You got to get in the game. But anyway, we'll play our interview we had with Elliot Rodriguez next hour here, and then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to replay our interview. We had Don Weld wearing his Friends of Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge hat, joined us last Thursday. Actually, that was the day I was in Lubbock, so Sean had that interview. So we'll play that for you in the 9 o'clock hour. All right, Town Hall News up next.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump is assuring delegates to the World Economic Forum in Switzerland that he will not resort to force to acquire Greenland, even though he says it is part of North America and he calls it our territory. In a speech this morning, Mr. Trump also suggested that other countries might benefit by adopting his economic and domestic policy blueprint.
I want to discuss how we've achieved this economic miracle, how we intend to raise living standards for our citizens to levels never seen before, and perhaps how you too and the places where you come from can do much better by following what we're doing, because certain places in Europe are not even recognizable, frankly.
The president's arrival was delayed a few hours when a minor electrical problem caused Air Force One to return to Joint Base Andrews. Mr. Trump then boarded another aircraft for the flight overseas. The Great Lakes snow machine is cranked up as icy Arctic air invades the region, bringing dangerously cold temperatures. The snow is being measured in feet. In some places and parts of the mid-Atlantic and points south, bracing for cold, snowy weather later this week. One of those at the center of the firestorm over immigration enforcement in Minneapolis is defending ICE operations. Customs and Border Patrol Commander Greg Bavino says everything is being done strictly by the book.
Our operations are lawful, they're targeted, and they're focused on individuals who pose a serious threat to this community. They are not random, and they are not political.
One's on the way for the Vances. The second family, Vice President Vance and Second Lady Usha, are expecting their fourth child. Watching Wall Street this morning, stocks in positive territory. The Dow is up 336 points. The Nasdaq ahead 167, and the S&P trading 54 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
The Iranian foreign minister has issued a direct threat against the United States, warning of retaliation if attacked. This comes after Tehran's crackdown on protesters and as a U.S. aircraft carrier group moves toward the Middle East. Abbas Araghchi made the threat in an op-ed piece, blaming armed demonstrators for the violence. Videos from Iran show security forces targeting unarmed demonstrators. The death toll from the protests has reached at least 4,519, according to U.S.-based activists. More than 26,000 people have been arrested, with fears of executions amid the ongoing tension. A 6-year-old girl has survived Sunday's deadly train wreck in southern Spain. Her parents, her brother, and a cousin are counted among the 42 people confirmed dead from the horrific wreck that has shaken the country. Relative Juan Barrasso confirmed her age to reporters in Spain. News and analysis at townhall.com. Health officials will meet this spring. They'll reevaluate the United States measles-free status.
Experts fear the vaccine-preventable virus has regained a foothold, and the United States may soon follow Canada in losing the achievement of having eliminated the disease. That evaluation comes 1 year after the West Texas measles outbreak began. Scientists are investigating whether a number of U.S. outbreaks may be linked. Regardless of the U.S. status, doctors say the United States of America has a measles problem. Jason Walker reporting.
A former flight attendant for a Canadian Airlines in trouble for allegedly posing as a commercial pilot and as a current flight attendant to get hundreds of free flights from U.S. Airlines. Authorities say 33-year-old Dallas Porornik of Toronto pleaded not guilty following his extradition. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2 of Mornings with Mike. Hey, it's warm. It's 34 right now.
It's nice.
Compared to what we're getting.
Balmy almost.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I do want to put a plea out there. As we've been talking and as you're seeing in the news and the weather and all that this weekend's going to get cold. And it's going to continue into early next week. I mean, yeah, we're in this winter storm watch, Friday morning through Sunday morning. But if you look at overnight temps, Sunday nights like 4, Mondays at single digits, overnight lows. We have homeless folks here, and there's not really a homeless center, warming center, anything for them set up to go to. Right. Salvation Army has announced that they're going to open up here for the evenings these next couple nights, but they can only house, I think, like 20 people. We got hundreds out there, folks. And if there's anybody that knows of a space or can offer a space, it doesn't have to be fancy. It just have to get people out of a cold, someplace they can warm up, sleep. There's other organizations that are trying to put stuff together right now, but from what I'm hearing in the scuttlebutt, there's not a lot of options going on here. I encourage you, if you do know something or you could offer some help or know some resources, I please ask that you reach out to Food Not Bombs on Facebook. Our Jocelyn, there's other people, but right off the top of my head, I know she's a central person that can get you in touch with people or directly herself taking care of some of this. But we really need, Friday night through really, it's probably in the next week.
Yeah.
They're going to have to, because just to give you, so Friday night, our overnight low is 18. Our Saturday night, our overnight low is 11. Sunday night, our overnight low is, where is it at? I missed it. 4 degrees. Monday night, our overnight low is 9 degrees. And I'm sure Wednesday's going to be, people can't live out there. This isn't about what you feel about homeless or any of that stuff. These are human beings that will die.
Yeah.
if we don't help.
The human body just shuts down when it gets to that level of cold.
So I mean, I'm kind of putting the plea out there. Anybody, churches, organizations, people, individuals. It don't matter. I mean, if there's a place we can house some people so they don't freeze to death over the next couple of days, please reach out. Food Not Bombs on Facebook. Call the radio station here. We'll get you in touch with Jocelyn, whatever. But if you go on Facebook, go Food Not Bombs Roswell, New Mexico, and they'll pop. They're the organization that weekly are out on a couple of places around town just feeding people. And Jocelyn's making her way. The only way you know how. Went Dukes of Hazzard on you. Morning, Jocelyn.
Morning. Just kind of update. Salvation Army will open Friday night at 6
p.m.
and run all the way to Monday morning at 10 a.m.
Okay. I mean, that's something, but like I said, that's only about 20 people, and we got hundreds that are going to need help.
Only hold 20. They are needing volunteers because, that's the only way it works.
Yeah, they got to have people there basically manning shifts to take care of needs and things. Obviously, keep the peace if there's any issues and stuff.
Food Not Bombs is working on a daytime shelter right now, maybe even 24 hours, waiting to hear back from a couple people. But, I mean, we really need it. We really need something. It's just too cold for people to be out there.
Yeah, this next couple of days, this is stuff we don't see very often.
We were losing people with overnight lows in the 20s.
Yeah, we've lost a few people.
Yeah, exactly. And I guarantee more are going to happen. And if we can mitigate that, something. I mean, there's a building that's currently just empty that we can house some people for a couple of days. It doesn't have to even be fancy. We can set up some cots, maybe some heaters or something. Bring food, whatever. We can handle that. Coordinate that. There's any churches, anybody that has resources that wants to help out here. All's on the table right now.
Yes, please. Like you said, reach out to me on Food Not Bombs Roswell. Somebody will answer me, or another admin will answer. Of course, I'm sure we're going to need supplies if things do come through. We're going to need blankets,
clothing, sleeping bags, food, water, all of the above. Hats, gloves, socks, underwear.
We definitely don't want to be sending people out during the daytime as well.
As
soon as Salvation Army closes, you're kind of...
I was given overnight lows.
Yeah, just because the sun's up doesn't make that much difference.
Our high on Saturday is 26.
No, that's...
Our high on Sunday is... where is that? 30.
Yeah.
Both days we're not even getting above freezing this weekend.
So we let's cross our fingers that we hopefully can have some kind of daytime shelter after Salvation Army will close, because they're fine during the night, but like you said, they can only house so many people, and we have more than 20 people.
Well, and if it's wet and cold, that's different than just cold.
Right.
Well, that's a bad recipe right there. At least with cold, if you're not wet, you can kind of warm up. But when you're wet on cold, that's really hard to come back from.
And,
unless you got fire, warm something warm.
Food Not Bombs will be serving today at the courthouse at 2 o'clock. Not the park today, but the courthouse. But if you want to drop things off,
please,
if you have blankets, sleeping bags,
sweaters,
socks,
anything,
jackets, at least we can do if we don't have a daytime shelter is hand out
supplies, places they can at least attempt to hunker down, blankets, anything to help warm folks. All is on the table right now. And and if you've got more options or resources, please join us out there and come eat while you're here. Have a meal.
Come eat, have a conversation with us, and brainstorm. We're one organization trying to work with other organizations that have very limited resources, unfortunately, and we're all trying to pull it together.
Absolutely. And there's got to be a long-term solution to this, but that we ain't got time for that right now. We got immediate needs, and we got stuff that has to be handled. So this is crisis time. This is not people need to know. People will die this weekend if we don't get some resources and help these folks.
And I know Disaster Relief will be running his buses at the plaza, I think, starting Friday night, or he might be doing it during the day. I'm not sure what he's doing, but that, again, that's only a limited amount of people that can be on there.
Exactly.
So,
that's just it. I mean, I'm thankful for what we got, but it's a drop in the bucket right now. It really is. And so, I would love to see the fervor on this one that our community represents when things like a flood or when Ruidoso has a fire, and we got people right here in town that need that kind of love and support.
And
right
I
now.
feel like it is a disaster. I
Mhm.
mean, we have flooding, but this is going to be. I mean, people are not going to be able to go outside.
We're not equipped to do this.
No.
We have. What do we have? Like 3 snowplows in this whole state. I mean, we don't have nothing to deal with weather or cold or any of this.
It's icy and
Yeah.
it's dangerous, and people just don't get out. But
Mhm.
unfortunately, the people that don't have shelter, are hunkering down.
Exactly.
There was a bad storm several years ago, and I was on the air, and I said I made the announcement. Hey, the salters and scrapers are on their way. I got a phone call. The guy on the other end of the line was laughing. He's like, "We don't have salters and scrapers. We got one guy named Bob who may bring out his front end loader."
Yeah, I don't think they have salt.
We're not.
anywhere
We're not
here.
equipped in southeastern New Mexico for this kind of
Obviously,
stuff.
with Goliath, we're not. We're still not ready for that.
Well, they don't even use salt out here, do they? It's all
No.
sand or
Yes,
whatever.
yeah, it's coarse sand.
Maryland and east in those colder places, they have like these pyramids. You see them in Maryland all the time. They're like a pyramid that's kind of just random. They're just full of salt. So when these storms hit, that the plows and the trucks go there and fill up with the salt, and then they go hit the streets, so to speak. Bad for your car, but good for the road. Anyway, full pack, please. Food Not Bombs Roswell on Facebook. Look for that there. Please reach out. Even if you shoot a message to the radio station, if you can't find it, we'll definitely pass that word along.
Come see us today at 2.
And come out at what time you said you're going to
2
be?
o'clock at the courthouse.
2 o'clock.
The main courthouse.
And weirdly enough, the day before all this hits is going to be our nicest day of the week.
Yeah, I know.
Tomorrow's going to be like 60 and nice.
Get out there and soak up that sun.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, welcome to New Mexico, folks. So
I just want to lay under direct sunlight for a few hours.
Absolutely. So, but this is, and we got a couple days here to try to do something before this weather hits. We got to try to save as many folks as we possibly can here.
Yep.
Not everybody's going to accept it, but we got to offer it to everyone there, and hopefully they do.
Right.
And that's kind of where I get. When you get to man camps and there's a whole hierarchy and people, and I'm not. This is about. It's going to be 4 overnight Sunday night. 4.
That's those who. I mean, there's people who are set in their ways and they don't want the help, but for those who want and need the help, then let's help those.
4. That's the overnight low on Sunday.
I heard I was in the car. Brett Favre. Yep.
Yep.
That's cold.
Let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We're going to get you up to date with the weather and all that here in just a bit, because we just talked about that. We'll tell you how more cold it is.
11 minutes of that.
4. And then we're going to play our interview we had with Elliot Rodriguez from Lone Depot. He joined us yesterday for his monthly conversation. We'll get you up to date with news, the local variety, and Wall Street Biz Update, whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. But first, the official weather report.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looking good for the next few days. Our next storm system rolls in on Friday with some rain and snow. For now, we'll stay sunny. Our high today in the mid-50s. Overnight, mid-20s and some clouds. A little bit more cloud cover on Thursday, but still some sunshine and fairly mild. We'll hit about 60. Rain and snow showers in the morning on Friday. Rain in the afternoon and 40. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 34 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 46%. Winds are out of the north at 7 miles per hour. Sunny and 54 for a high today. Northwest winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour this morning. This afternoon, winds shift to the southeast and decrease 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy with an overnight low of 25 degrees. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday, like mentioned earlier, that's going to be our warm day of the week. Partly cloudy, highs near 60 tomorrow with winds out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, cloudy with an overnight low of 31. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Friday hits. They've already issued a winter storm watch that will take effect beginning this Friday at 11 a.m. That's going to remain in effect through Sunday at 5 a.m. for now. Friday itself, during the day, there is an 80% chance of precipitation. It's going to start out the day in snow showers till about 8 a.m., and then it's going to change over to rain, possibly with a snow mix. Our high on Friday is 40 degrees, so it's not completely freezing, but still pretty cold. North winds at around 10 miles per hour. Friday night, our chance of precip is at 100%. In the form of rain and snow showers early, then becoming all snow after 8 p.m. Expect an overnight low of 18. For Saturday, we're looking at a 90% chance of snow showers with a high of 26. Saturday night, we're looking at a 70% chance of snow showers likely, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 11. Sunday, we're looking at a 20% chance of snow showers before 11, mostly cloudy but gradually becoming sunny. Highs expected to hit 30 on Sunday. Sunday night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 4. Brett Favre, 4. Monday, mostly sunny and 35. Monday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 9. Gordie Howe. And then Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high of 44. So it's going to be cold. Please, if you can help, reach out. Food Not Bombs Roswell on Facebook. Call the radio station, whatever. Let's. If you've got resources to help, we'd love to hear them. All right, it is 8:20. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to play our interview with Elliot Rodriguez from Lone Depot. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Attention, attention. They've done it again. For 3 years in a row, Roswell Hyundai is the #1 used car supercenter in New Mexico. Whether you're in the market for a large truck, a super high-end luxury vehicle, or an affordable car for first-time buyers, the Roswell Hyundai Used Car Supercenter has one that fits your needs and your budget. So if you're looking for the best deal on your next vehicle, head for the #1 Used Car Supercenter in southeastern New Mexico 3 years straight. Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd.
Looking for a proven solution for facial wrinkles and the loss of facial firmness? At Care Valley Dental, we offer expert Botox treatment designed to soften fine lines, smooth wrinkles, and create that refreshed look that you want. Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher, and as facial professionals, we are the true experts with advanced training and precision you expect. You owe it to yourself to experience why Care Valley Dental is the expert in Botox treatment.
Come see the team at Care Valley Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455.
Artesia General Hospital presents seasonal wellness reminders for you and your family. This time of year brings cozy sweaters, warm meals, and a few health challenges. Start by preventing colds and flu. Get vaccinated, wash hands regularly, and avoid touching your face when you're out in public. Find balance in holiday eating. Fill your plate with vegetables and lean proteins before reaching for the sweets. And fight dry winter skin by moisturizing often, staying hydrated, and running a humidifier if your home feels dry. Small choices add up to a healthier, happier season. These healthy living reminders are brought to you by Artesia General Hospital, ready to help take care of you and your family.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas, ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Loan for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air. Drive into the new year and save like never before during the used car super sale at Roswell Honda. With rates as low as 3.99%, no payments until April, and over 20 vehicles priced under $20,000, including 3 vehicles available at just $177 a month with 0 down. The lot is loaded with amazing pre-owned vehicles priced right, so you're sure to find the one that fits your needs and your budget. But these deals won't last, so act fast. Hurry to the used car super sale on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Peter Pan tried it with his buddy Skippy, but they couldn't do it in a jiff. Here's Mike Winters.
Studio this morning from Lone Depot. Elliot Rodriguez back with us. Good morning.
Good morning, Roswell, and Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year. Yeah, it's a new year. Got and to be honest, I think, it's crazy, things are going on, but a lot of optimism as far as,
I believe
opportunity
so.
and things.
Like we just were talking about the year, it was kind of crazy the way it ended and still crazy going right now.
Sure.
But very good positive things coming,
Sure.
so that's the part that's good.
And there's a lot of growth in the community, which bodes well for housing and everything else. When you're seeing businesses and things, obviously the air races, that does impact real estate very much so.
It does. It really does. everything is intertwined.
Yeah.
So
those are good stuff. For folks I should probably start off. Folks not familiar, Elliot joins us each month from Lone Depot, and Elliot is the person that you see before picking your dream house. He's the guy you talk to when you find out what exactly you can afford out there in the housing market. Obviously, when we talk about each month, Elliot really likes working with first-time buyers, things like that, folks that are really knowledgeable in the game or trying to, kind of learn, which can be very intimidating going in. And so you like to introduce them to that. So you kind of bring them into that world of adulting here a little bit where
right.
Buying a house and all the intricacy about it and really it's setting the table for planning your finances and doing that right. And Elliot's one of the few loan officers that will actually sit down with people and say, all right, this is the path to getting you in a house. Most loan officers, they'll either you got the path or good luck to you, where he's like, you know what, you're just a tweak here or there, and then come back in a few months and we can get you approved. And,
exactly.
And that's where Elliot really shines and loves to make the dream happen for especially people that thought it was not possible. And that's why we always talk. It's like, look, if you got a little bit of discipline and income is important, but not be all end all. If you work enough and things like that, you can have a quote unquote minimum wage job and be a homeowner.
Yeah, you still buy a house. I mean, and it's funny. I mean, but if you have the right team behind you, you like it, like a demigod. You could go over there and just turn things down.
Sure.
I've been watching a lot of Marvel comics stuff lately. But no, the fact of the matter is, if you have the right team behind you, you're unstoppable, and you could go and get yourself a house.
Sure.
Okay. And I work hand in hand with real estate agents every day. Okay. I have a team that follow up and help me taking care of you.
Sure.
Okay. So a lot of people think because we're busy and we're not going to take care of you, and that's not the fact.
Sure.
It's a fact that we can have somebody that falls down the cracks a little as far as like communication.
Sure.
Yeah, that's everywhere because there's way too many people. But in the end of the day, we still take care of everybody.
Sure.
And we want to make sure everybody's happy. And we don't have any other agenda but help you, acquire your home
Absolutely.
anyway.
Well, and let's face it, the industry that is, loaning money, being a lending institution, it's a cutthroat industry.
It's so crazy out there.
And so it's rare to find where the, in most of these, especially, in a company like Lone Depot or anything else that has a board to answer to.
Correct.
It's about numbers and what moves the needle. It's not about and this is where the Lone Depot difference is it was built correctly from the top. So guys like Elliot can be in the office and really work with the person, not the numbers per se, and say, and it's kind of like that mindset of, certain cars, it's like, I'm not selling you the first car, I'm selling you the rest of your family's car. Elliot's got that mindset, thanks, he's always had it, but Lone Depot helps keep that dream going for him. Where no, my idea is I'm here with your first time home buyer, and then when you're ready to upgrade, I'm ready to, and then when the kids are ready to get their first place, and then when you're ready to downsize because you're empty nesters, I want you talking to me again, and that's that he wants to earn an associate for life, and that's kind of
I mean, I remember we had this team before where I would used to work at that would say Signature for Life. If you come to me and I'll take care of you. I don't erase your number from my phone. So people, it's funny when somebody calls me and I say, hey, how you doing, Mike? How you doing, Jose? How you doing, Maria, whoever it may be? Oh, how you know it was me?
Right.
Well, I have it on my phone.
Well, if you want to put like a Dungeons and Dragons spin on this, where the typical loan officer serves the role of the gatekeeper, you're more the dungeon master. You're the guy guiding them through it. And it's
Exactly.
like, as opposed to you're showing up pass, he's like, well, I got the key. Hold on.
Yeah, I still have you.
Yeah.
I mean, my goal is to really help everybody I can help.
Right.
Okay. I don't care how big or small the loan is. If I can do a loan for you, I'll help you buy a house.
Sure.
So it's not a matter. It's like Ellie's making a bunch of money on this deal. I want to help everybody.
Sure.
I think in the end of the day, it's a big difference because most of our customers, like you were mentioning before, first-time home buyers, they're a little lost. They don't know what to do.
Absolutely.
Okay. And you need somebody that actually cares and is right there for you. That if you test them, call them, they're available for you.
Sure.
Okay. Is it true that you may call me and I might be on another call or either with a customer at that moment? I will call you right back.
Sure.
So you don't have to worry
The
about
idea
that.
is to have more than one customer.
Yeah.
So,
But you know what it is?
And they're serving, and you're serving that one just like you would serve the one when you get a hold of the next one.
The funniest thing is, my success is my own enemy. Because I treat people like they're my only customers.
Yeah.
So sometimes it could I was trying to call you. It's like, yes, that was just 30 minutes ago.
So Elliot needs some TED Talks on time management.
It's funny because, I'm still there for everybody. And we will take care of you. That's the whole point. And let's be honest, if my wife is listening to this, she might get mad at me. But it's almost like I'm already around the clock, 24/7.
Sure.
Yeah, people know I've used me in the evening. So thank you all out there. Because I know there's a lot of you that I'm dealing with you guys. Or we talked last year,
Sure.
we're still dealing with stuff, and not everybody calls me later in the evenings. So thank you for that.
Sure.
So that means people listen that I'm available, but at the same time, they respect it.
Sure.
Which is pretty cool, okay? But I'm available all the time,
Sure.
Saturdays, Sundays, and stuff like that.
Well, and that's the nature of the business,
and then
too.
my business is kind of like that,
Yeah.
But in reality, let's be honest. If I'm at the park with the dogs, and somebody calls me, it's just 5 minutes that I need to talk to that individual real
Sure.
quick just to address something or
Sure.
whatever.
Take care of it, whatever.
Yeah,
There.
and
And
that's
if it's a
pretty
bigger
much it.
issue, then you say, all right, well, let's be in
we,
the office.
we
We'll
have to
talk about
regroup,
it.
yeah. So, but that's different, But in the end of the day, my staff, I have such a team that we kick butt. We like to take care of people.
Sure.
And my assistant Lisa, oh my God, that's my gatekeeper and that's my protector and everything. And
Sure.
she just go out there and just stir it up. Okay.
Good deal.
And you have to have people like that on your team to kind of stay on top of everything.
Absolutely.
So, and sometimes I feel like slow down a little, hold on.
Sure.
But no, if you've been in the market and you've been thinking about buying a home, or you have problems, so somebody tells you no, you can't buy a house. You need a second opinion. You need to take a look and see what we need to do to get you there.
Sure.
Okay. Maybe you could buy a house in a month. Maybe you could buy a house in 2 or 3 months. Maybe you'll be able to do it in 6 months.
Sure.
You know, or even next year. I have a few that has to take a year for whatever reasons. Everybody's different.
Well, and then sometimes the actual home buying process takes 6 months or something.
Yeah,
like
depending
that.
on the situation.
Depending on the home you're buying and what inspections and what appraisals and all that.
All kinds of stuff.
Unfortunately, that stuff, you don't walk in and say, I want to buy this house, and then a day later it's yours. There's a lot of hoops to jump through before you get to that point.
One of my loan officers was not very happy about a customer getting upset with them, and they're like, and I said, that's all right, don't worry about it. And then the guy's like, if you can't close today, I'm gonna have to go and look for somebody else. And I said, what's the situation? And it was the appraisal, which has nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
It's like, but it happens, folks.
Yep.
Just listen to your loan officer. I don't care which company it is.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to listen to your loan officer. If you decided to work with somebody, and you need to follow their lead.
Sure.
Okay. But sometimes there's things that are a little out of our control, like title, insurance, appraisals, surveys.
Well, I can tell you this right now. There is not a lending institution on the planet Earth that is going to lend you money for a home that is appraised less than what they're asking for.
And that is a fact. So it's funny. So I have one that actually came a little low. I mean, and a little low, I don't mean a couple $1,000. I'm talking about like $40K.
Yeah,
okay?
wow.
That's a lot.
That's a big jump.
That's a big chunk. So obviously the seller's not very happy.
Sure. I'd bet you.
The buyer's status, is like static about it because it's like, $40,000 less is a good thing.
Yeah, that's going to save me some money.
You're like, sign me up. I'll sign twice on Sunday.
Although I really question what the appraiser's doing if that's that big of a difference.
So,
unless they found some kind of big old
We do an evaluation.
lemon type deal here.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
We do an evaluation on the report, and the seller side actually has the opportunity to bring in more comps that were not used.
Okay.
And then we ask why you didn't use these comps.
Okay.
Okay. You know, sometimes the person can be a little lazy, or they just really didn't see it, or
Sure.
they saw enough comps that they thought it was okay.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
And here's the thing too, is all that part is also to protect you.
No, that's true.
And that's where
folks,
people, you know, when you talk about why want it now, want it fast, but this is how they ensure you're not buying a lemon too. You know, this is because if they find termites or they find whatever it is, they want you to find it before you sign some contracts.
That's very true.
Because that way, now that onus on that is either the owner to fix that, or to give you an allotment to you fix it yourself, which knocks down the price. So this, at the end of the day, this time does protect you, the person buying the home.
Yeah, when it becomes a problem is when it drops, when the report is that low.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's low, $10,000, $15,000, that's understandable.
Sure.
Okay, but
That's a big red flag.
But that's a big red flag when
Yeah.
it's $40K or $50K. So the selling side has the opportunity to rebuttal, saying, "Hey, you need to evaluate that. Here you go." Okay. So when they do that, we send it in and they kind of reevaluate it. So, but yeah, when it's off that much, I would think the appraiser should take a few more steps and go and find more comps.
Did you miss something?
Did I miss something? But it's hard. I mean, I can imagine what they go through, because let's say they get like 10 or 7 comps, you know,
Sure.
and all there are about around the numbers that they're seeing. In many cases, they're like, okay, I'm good to go.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, this is and this is where, when I hear those stories, this is where it reeks to me. If you hear those stories of like the appraiser had an axe to grind, they knew somebody, and like that was, you dated my cousin's sister back in the day, and now I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's reeks of something like that to me.
Yeah, you did it, my sister. You did her wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
I know who you are.
This is vendetta based. It
Because I'm
seems
pretty-
like, yeah.
So when they do the appraisal, I'm pretty sure they know their names and who's the seller and all that
Sure.
kind of stuff. All that information is you know is right there.
Sure,
It's
but
not-
I imagine, especially
I
when
guess
you,
that can happen. I guess.
well, it could, but you're kind of out of luck in a place like, let's face it, we're not in New York City. There's not a bunch of 10,000 appraisers ready to, you know, there's like one guy that covers half the state. You know what I
know,
mean? And so that
So
your options are really limited on some
So
of that.
let's switch this to the other side of the quarter on this.
Okay.
So I got one this morning that sent me a message, and hey, the appraisal is like, the appraisal finally came in. It came in to price. It came in as is, and he sent me a text. Wow, how is that possible? My home inspection has a big list of different things. It's like, all right, here we go.
There it
You
is.
know,
yeah.
So he was expecting for the value to come a little lower because he was hoping it's gonna cost him less.
Yeah,
The fact of the matter is, a home inspection and a home appraisal is two different things.
absolutely.
So one is for evaluation of price. One is for cashing up everything that you can find.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's one termite and they can find it, they're gonna go and find it.
Absolutely.
Okay. I remember one of those little shows back in the day where you had the termite, you know, the super termite.
Uh-huh.
Remember that shows?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but my point, folks, is an appraisal is to evaluate the value of the property. Yes, can an appraisal find things that are off in the home? Yes, that's a possibility. And they look at that, some safety features and stuff like that. But on a home inspection, you know, they are basically making sure that the house is okay for you to live in it.
Sure.
Okay. Two different things. all right?
Absolutely. It's structurally
It's
sound.
structurally sound and everything. You know, and yes, the appraisal find a few of those things,
Yeah.
but the inspection,
Like if the
home
roof is
inspection-
bad, the appraiser's going to find that.
yeah,
out.
the appraiser is going to see
Yeah.
if the roof is really horrible. Or
Now your home inspector will too,
but they go down to the nitty gritty.
But the roof will affect the appraisal. Whether the marble countertop sink is working right is not so much affecting the appraiser.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so when they go and take care of that, I mean, let's put it in a different perspective.
Yeah.
A brand new home, on a home inspection, you know, report, you'll find a bunch of stuff that is still wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they go. I mean, if the drawers are not opening correctly, I mean, they just
And
go
that's
to
generally
everything.
the negotiation between the client and the real estate agent.
And it's more of a cosmetic type of approach. Now they find a few things that are safety, you know, that it warrants like more conversation, fix this, fix that, you know.
And that's where the conversation with the real estate agent comes in,
Exactly.
because you know, from my own experience, and I've told this story before, but when I sold my house, I knew the carpet was in bad shape. But that my agent said, rather than you replacing it, offer a credit in case they don't want carpet. They may want tile or wood floor or whatever. And so you offer I think it was $1,500 or $2,500 credit off the top of that, off the cost of the home for that.
Now I'm going to give what is that? I'm going to give a lifeguard, a life, a credit to the agents out there now.
Yeah.
If a home is missing floors, the answer is not to go conventional. That doesn't mean the conventional appraiser is not going to call that out, folks.
Sure.
And I'm seeing that a little one too many times.
Right. Well, and the carpet was a cosmetic thing. It was but if the house ain't going to fall down if the carpet's got a hole in it.
Yeah, but if you repuff the whole carpet, now it's like you don't have a floor.
Gotcha. So if it's subflooring, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Gotcha. So leave the ratty carpet on there.
Yeah, leave the ugly carpet, clean it up a little, maybe. But I seen that, unfortunately. And I think sometimes people start doing like remodelings and they run out of money. Okay.
Yeah, and that's not good.
So the answer is not. So you should put down $2,000 or $3,000.
Yeah.
Or cash. Don't think that conventional is the answer because
I would say
it may not be.
An outdated kitchen is better than a poorly remodeled one.
I agree. every time I have a deal that has like 2 or 3 bathrooms or it has 2 bathrooms and one is all gutted out
sure.
and they're trying to sell it without the bathroom,
yeah.
That needs to be addressed from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't think that conventional is going to agree. Sometimes on conventional, because one is working, one is not, they'll put it in there in his $1,500 in work. It needs to be current maintenance that needs to be done, but the value is there. But then you just cut yourself up because if you would have spent $1,500, maybe the value of your property would have been higher by $5,000.
Sure.
Okay. So we need to keep in mind, the props and cons when it comes to those things.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people want to sell their houses and they don't want to do anything else with them. I think you should spend a few dollars, sell it, make more money.
Sure.
Okay, in my opinion.
Well, that's where the advice of the agent comes in there, and
correct.
And I think some renovations are worth this. Now, anything that's got to do with outside curb appeal, do that.
Yeah, because you sell your house faster.
Something as simple as painting your house or making sure the grass is seeded or zero-scaped or what. You don't know how much curb appeal and how much dollars that brings to your house, and it's really. As far as return on investment, doing stuff outside is you're going to get your biggest return on investments on there. You could literally make thousands of dollars because you got a newly painted exterior or a nice looking yard that because people see that's work I don't have to do now.
When those folks out there that have a home that they want to sell it and they want to increase and go to a bigger house or they're moving out of town or whatever the circumstances is that you're selling your home, you can do a renovation, refi.
Mm-hmm.
So you could sell the house.
Absolutely.
And let me give you 2 things that are good here. You improve the value of your property, and you have an appraisal telling you how much the value of the house is.
Absolutely.
Okay. So when you put it in the market, you 100% know how much you can sell it for.
It's gonna appraise at that.
If not more.
Yeah.
Okay?
If not, exactly. It may raise that where it's even above that. Yeah.
So if you're in a market and you don't have enough funds to fix your home and you want to sell it, don't hesitate or reach out to us and let us know. You know what? I would love to talk about that $2,000 or $3,000 renovation loan that you were talking about, because I'm planning to sell my house in 2 or 3, 6 months, and I don't have the funds to be able to do that. Or the funds I have is so I can buy another house.
And I would even use the same measuring stick on like bathroom or kitchen remodels. It's if it's outdated but it's clean and serviceable, then maybe not mess with it.
Yeah, you don't have to go crazy.
But if it looks like beat in there and it looks like the tiles are broke and everything's like that.
If it needs a little love, give it a little love.
But I mean, if it's the fact that it's just that countertop was so 1990, then but it's clean and looks good, some people might like that.
I hear you.
Put it this way, especially when it comes to kitchens and bathrooms, what's old is new and what's new is old overnight.
Correct.
It's just 1 minute it's like. I mean, there's certain things. Marble is always timeless, but like wooden ones. 1 minute no one wants wood, the next minute everyone wants wood. It's just what people's our passions of the moment are. So that's where you really need to weigh in. Versus like if it's a functionally nasty looking thing, that's when you need to think about it.
It's a good idea to do something.
But if it's just old, but it's still clean and serviceable and looks good, then I would mess with it and let the new owners figure out what they want to do with it.
I mean, folks, my wife is so picky that I was looking at a house and I was like, yeah, but I'm not going to buy that house because of the way it looks and this and that, and I have to put too much money into it possibly, you know. And then she's being so picky about our own house. It's like, babe, our place is great. I know it needs a little work here and there, but it's great. She is so picky that she's like, no, that needs to be fixed. That needs to be fixed.
The one place I would think,
funny.
and this is relatively cheap, is interior wise, and I've heard mixed opinions of this. This would be my per opinion. If you have like kids' rooms and things, and you know in kids' rooms you'll paint them with these over the top pinks or rainbows and really theme the rooms.
Yeah, paint that.
I would paint that to something white or something.
Yeah, so kind of like that is a little balance that is neutral.
Because you pigeonhole it when it looks like a rainbow bright room. You're like, oh, I guess we're gonna have kids in here.
You're 100% right.
Yeah,
I've been in a situation that, I mean, the house is still nice, but it has 3 or 4 different colors throughout the house.
Right.
Maybe if you don't want to paint the whole entire house, get it down to 2 colors.
Sure.
Okay. You know,
but I mean,
that has so many colors in the house.
And to be honest, that does make a difference. When they walk in and they say, "Oh, look at this!" Like, "Oh my god,
it's going to cost me this much to do this, to do
and
that."
And especially if it's like bold stuff that typically people pinks and these
and that's usually what you find.
Well, and usually it's kids' rooms and things. I mean, you get the eccentric decorators out there. There's a whole show called "The Ugliest Houses in America." If you ever watch that, it's a great show to watch.
I need to check on that.
Oh my goodness!
So I usually make that joke about, you know, buy your own home, don't rent anymore, and all that kind of stuff. Because if you want to go and buy a house and you want to paint it pink, if you want to,
sure,
well, that's okay. But if you're going to sell it, make sure that it's not pink anymore.
Paint it back. Yeah.
No, but you know what, folks? If you're in the market, okay, to buy a home, don't be afraid of what's going on in the news and this and that. Because if we start listening to what's going on up there and what the market is, you will never buy a house.
No.
Okay? So don't be afraid of that. If you need a home, you need a home. Okay? Yeah. We will take you to the whole process, and we'll get you the best deal possible always.
Well, and this goes back to that thing we say every time. Once you're in the game, you're in the game, and the world's your oyster. And even if you got in the game because you need a house now, but your interest rate's a little higher than you'd like it to be, guess what? What comes up, what goes down, what goes down comes up. It's just the world we live in.
Correct.
So you sit there a year or two at this, then who knows? Maybe that interest rate goes down 1% or 2%, and then a percentage interest rate drop could save you several $100s each month on your mortgage payment.
Correct.
And so that's the way you do it. And I was lucky. My wife and I, when we bought our home, that's back in the days when it was like 4% was like the man, you get 4%, I could get 3.5. It's like it was in that range. And so I'm literally paying, I think our mortgage is like $700 a month or something. It's really not that bad. But that's what happens. It's just it ebbs and flows. But the thing is, you're still building equity. You're always putting regardless.
It's yours.
Yes, your mortgage is a little higher and the interest rate's a little higher, but still, a portion of that payment is going back into you every month. And the more you build equity, when that interest rate comes down, then you can refi or say, you know what, I've got enough equity. Time to upgrade. Time to pick the house that I was really more into.
No, I get it. I get it. And that's the idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, folks, it's the American dream for you to own your own home. What is it? The American dream. Your house with white picket fence, with your dog and a nice job and a nice family.
Sure. Okay? And if you keep renting, waiting on when you can afford your dream home, then you're doing it the slow way.
And you know what? It doesn't have to be the forever home.
Exactly. That's what you got to build into it.
It could be your beginning home.
You got to live somewhere. Mm-hmm. You might as well live in a place that you're paying a mortgage on than a rent. Even if it's the nicest thing,
100%.
You're still investing back into what you're doing.
I remember when I was in Colorado Springs that I didn't have a home. I actually have rented apartments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I couldn't live in an apartment forever. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like funny when you come out of the door. Hey, how you doing, Dave? It's like you're coming out of the bathroom and you say hello to your kids.
Sure. Well, it's more when you hear them. That's the one it's like boom, boom, boom.
I know, right?
Yeah, I remember those days.
You're like, okay, do we need to call the 911? I think they're killing each other.
Yeah, what
are
they doing down there? Sounds like I had a 12-piece band in there.
No, but last year was a great year, best year ever.
Good.
So I just want to say thank you to all my customers and partners, the ones that actually help. And it's an amazing feeling.
Absolutely.
Because the level that I got last year is something that I've been trying for 4 years because our company is big.
Yeah.
So the levels of 20 to acquire, the VIP, levels and stuff like that is way higher.
It's great. It's great to see the the business grow. And again, this is, I think, that testament to what you guys do in your,
we just keep growing.
Even prior to when you had Loan Depot stamp hanging on the door there, your reputation, how you treat your customers, you carry that over to Loan Depot. Now, obviously, Loan Depot, there's a reason why you went there. They were a company that kind of had the same vision you did on that type of stuff. So
one of the reasons that I joined this company is because I can do a lot more for my customers. We talked about this before. They have more programs. You got
the weight of a big boy that can move and offer programs and things that only a major company could do. But they run their business model where where decisions and opportunities can be happened at the entry level of the business.
Correct.
Here. And so,
folks, so we have first time home buying programs with the state of New Mexico. We have programs that if you're not a first time home buyer, I still can help you, assist you to be able to buy a home if you're a little short in funds in the bank.
Sure.
Okay. So you don't have to be a first-time home buyer anymore, okay? I just be able to help you. You're a first-time home buyer or you're not. It doesn't matter. It's okay.
You can benefit the both of having some equity.
Exactly. And I didn't have that before. Yeah. I mean, before it was just first-time home buyer and that's it. I want to be able to help everybody, okay? Yeah. And if you're in the market for something like that and you want to buy a home and you're being itching to leave the in-laws and not live there with no more,
Absolutely.
Or the in-laws want to kick you out.
Yeah. And I know you and Loan Depot work with all like VA loans.
Everything. We do VA.
Occupational, whatever
everything.
Those things,
VA loans, FHA, conventional, USDA, you name it, we do it all.
Yeah.
If you want land and you want to do a mobile home, okay, now I even have a program that you can actually buy a home just like if you were buying a regular home.
Interesting.
And I know a dealer that would actually put the mobile home in place, put it in permanent foundation, get it all done, and you buy it just like if you were buying a regular house.
Nice.
That is big because I didn't have that before.
Yeah,
okay?
and if you're owning the land, that's where
that makes it even better.
That's where the money investment is. At the end of the day, a mobile home is you're never getting your money back on that thing. It just
you know what? When
they serve a purpose of living in it.
You need to put it on permanent foundation so it'll be beneficial.
Helps. Okay.
Yeah, because the value will be there still.
But the land is where the real value is. It should sit.
Yeah, because if you think about it, if you put a trailer somewhere, okay, you can move it out.
Absolutely.
Okay, if we put it in permanent foundation, now that land became more valuable.
And those mobile homes are a lot different than they were.
Dude,
because mobile is almost more modular than mobile, if that makes sense. Because they're not really mobile.
Well, if you think about it, they have changed. They're like little castles now, dude. I mean,
I see those Clayton Homes commercials with the trailer park pride. Then you get I've seen those.
I mean, they're nice inside. Yeah. I mean, you start seeing some of that is like nicer than some houses. And if you think about
they got some like high end,
they do.
appliances and flooring and things like that. Yeah.
If you think about it, if a $350,000 home that maybe don't look that good, you could go and do a brand new mobile home and put it online and everything, and it's all brand new.
Yeah.
Same price.
That'd be great if you're like you and the couple. That would be, I mean, with a bunch of kids, it'd be a lot. But yeah, someone like me.
But now we can do everything. So that's the part that's awesome. It's a matter of being able to take care of everybody. That's what I like to do.
So please reach out. I just saw the times are running short here. Again, if you need a home, then it's time for you to buy a home. If you're waiting for the perfect time to buy a home, you're going to be on the sidelines waiting forever. Let's start with a conversation. Sit down and talk with Elliot or one of his folks here, and let them. Explain your situation to them and let them show you exactly how they can turn what you're doing into a path to home ownership. We could be ready to go right now. Could be like, you know what, we're ready to start this, or it could be, hey, let's relieve this debt down, or let's do this, or let's shift.
Correct.
What's this? Sometimes you get. You look at a credit report and then you see, wait a minute, what's that doing on there? That's not me, or that was old, and help you dispute that stuff to get that score up. There's a lot of different ways.
There's things that you can do.
So many different things you can do there, and nothing else. You come out of there and Elliot's like, look, I've built a budget for you. I've basically built you your blueprint. If you plug in your numbers here and follow this, I guarantee you're going to be in a situation where we can start putting you in a home. And that's the part that you will very rarely find a loan officer that's going to take that time to do that, because at the end of the day, it's all about earning that bottom dollar and making this is a for-profit business, and you are requiring more work for that person, where they could, in some people's thoughts, is thinking that, I'm moving on. I can go. I could do 2 sales at making 3 times the amount in the time that I am dealing with you to make half the amount. And that's where Elliot says, you know what? No, that's not how this works.
We'll take care of everybody.
Yeah.
We'll take care of
and
everybody.
guess what? If I make this a positive buying experience for you, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whenever that next time is for a new home, guess who you're going to come talk to? And that's what it's all about. And that's what your business model and Loan Depot's business model is. Look, we want to make you happy today, but we want to make you so happy that when it's time for you to do this again, we're the first call you make.
That's the idea.
Yep. So reach out, talk to Elliot. You can call him direct through on his cell at 719-237-4680. Again, that's 719-237-4680. Call the office here in town. They're at 204 West 2nd Street. Right, kind of catty corner
across the street from the police station.
Yeah, right there by the RPD. He's got a nicer building than they do, by the way. Or you can call the office direct, 505-445-2070. Again, 505-445-2070. And for you online folks and all that, you can go to Elliot's. He's got his own website. It's www.loandepot.com/Elliot Rodriguez. Elliot spells Elliot with 1 L and then a Z on the end of Rodriguez.
Yes, sir.
And then that's the website. So, and of course, you can probably type in loandepot.com and there's probably find a thing, and you can type Elliot Rodriguez and it'll go right to his page. And of course, you can always shoot him an email direct, very similar to the website, just Elliot Rodriguez at loandepot.com, spelled the same way as the website.
Just backwards, basically.
Yeah, just lose the wwws.
That's
pretty much. And then go check out. And of course at Elliot's personal page, you get to hear some of his personal success stories and everything. On top of learning about all the different options available through Loan Depot.
Yes, we put all kinds of stuff in there so you guys can go and look it up yourself and take a look. I say always it's better than me telling you, what I do.
Yeah.
You could go and take a look at yourself without any, bias at all. You just see what is being, posted.
So. Well, you do your reading, and then you can come have questions. You're like, what does this mean? I don't know what that. And then Elliot and his staff will be happy to break that all down.
Yeah, the guys are very eager to go and take care of you guys. You know, they're staying busy, they're doing stuff, but we're there to take care of everybody.
Well, and that's that balance there where they're out to take care of you, but these young guys are hungry too. So I'm not saying Elliot's not hungry. What I'm saying is Elliot's seasoned. He's the bull. He's going to walk down. The story about the bull and the young buck and the walking down and running and all. Gotcha. I could tell you the punchline. He's the bull.
No, I hear you. No, but yeah, come on down and we'll take care of you. Give us a call.
Absolutely.
Hit us with an email.
Yeah.
We'll take care of you.
Yep, absolutely. Good deal. Well, Elliot, always appreciate the visit.
Always a pleasure.
I'm sure you got 37 phone calls waiting for you here on the other side of this, so we'll let you knock those out.
That is not an understatement, by the way.
I know. Relax. Elliot can now take time to handle your business here, so we appreciate you.
Happy New Year's to everybody, and let's get it going this year. There's a lot of things that's going to happen this year that's going to be good stuff.
Absolutely. All right, 10 o'clock, you're listening.
SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Amid all of the gloom and doom predictions for NATO, in the midst of the Greenland controversy, President Trump has arrived at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland, confident that all will be well. In a speech he delivered this morning, the president said that he does not intend to use force to take control of Greenland. Mr. Trump's arrival at the summit was delayed a few hours. Minor electrical issue aboard Air Force One, the reason. From the Great Lakes to the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic and points south, the weather looking kind of dicey going into the weekend. Frigid Arctic air and a lot of snow are in the forecast for some places. Federal prosecutors have reportedly served a half-dozen grand jury subpoenas to Minnesota officials, part of an investigation into whether they obstructed or impeded the enforcement of federal immigration law. The Dow's up 409 points. This is SRN News.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Big victory last night for the Roswell boys basketball team, hosting the top-ranked team in Class 4A, Artesia, and Roswell wins it 76-66. Roswell's now 11-9 on the season, and they led by 1 after one quarter, 5 at halftime, and then outscored Artesia by 6 in the third, and that's provided the little buffer there going into the fourth. Roswell plays Hobbs next Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Meanwhile, Well, the Roswell girls fell to Artesia by a score of 42-37. And also in girls basketball action, it was Goddard defeating Clovis by a score of 48-45. The Lady Rockets are now 12-7 on the season. They'll be at Santa Teresa Saturday at 2:30. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looking good for the next few days. Our next storm system rolls in on Friday with some rain and snow. For now, we'll stay sunny. Our high today in the mid-50s. Overnight, mid-20s and some clouds. A little bit more cloud cover on Thursday, but still some sunshine and fairly mild. We'll hit about 60. Rain and snow showers in the morning on Friday. Rain in the afternoon and 40. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Your home for Armed American Radio in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
And we are closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News is up next. Stay tuned next hour. We're going to replay our interview with Don Weld wearing his Friends of Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge hat. We'll play that about 9:15 this morning. News is up next. We'll be back on the other side of news. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Although he refers to Greenland as our territory, President Trump has told the World Economic Forum that he will not resort to force to acquire the Arctic island. The president is also touting the results of his U.S. economic revival strategy. He says it does not rely heavily on government spending.
Virtually all of the so-called experts predicted my plans to end this failed model would trigger a global recession and runaway inflation. But we have proven them wrong. It's actually just the opposite. In 1 year, our agenda has produced a transformation like America has not seen in over 100 years.
While ruling out military intervention, Mr. Trump says he does want to get Greenland, including right, title, and ownership. Seeking control of the island is, quoting the president, a very small ask compared to what we have given them for many, many decades. From the Great Lakes to the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic and points south. The weather looking a bit dicey into the coming weekend.
The National Weather Service warned of great swaths of heavy snow, sleet, and treacherous freezing rains starting Friday in much of the nation's midsection and then shifting toward the East Coast through Sunday. Temperatures will be slow to warm in many areas, meaning ice that forms on roads and sidewalks might stick around, forecasters say. The exact timing of the approaching storm and where it's headed remained uncertain. Keith Peters, Washington.
Federal prosecutors have reportedly served a half-dozen grand jury subpoenas to Minnesota officials, including Governor Tim Walz, part of an investigation into whether they have obstructed or impeded the enforcement of federal immigration law. The subpoenas, which seek records, are also sent to the offices of State Attorney General Keith Ellison, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry, and St. Paul Mayor Coley Herb. Stocks higher on Wall Street. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
In Japan, the sentence is life in prison for a 45-year-old man who admitted assassinating a former Japanese leader.
The assassination of Shinzo Abe, Japan's longest-serving prime minister, shocked this nation, a country with virtually no gun crimes because it has very, very strict gun ownership rules. And the sentencing of the man who killed him, Tetsuya Yamagami, has also captured the nation's attention and imagination. Since the beginning of this trial, Yamagami himself pleaded guilty for the killing of Shinzo Abe back in 2022 when he approached him and shot him at close range with a homemade gun.
The BBC's Shaima Halil. A South Korean court has ruled the 2024 imposition of martial law by then-President Yoon Suk-yeol constituted an act of rebellion, the court sentencing his prime minister to 23 years in prison for his role in the scheme. Townhall.com. New Jersey's new governor is not abandoning the anti-Trump rhetoric of her campaign.
Hi, Mikey Sherrill.
Sherrill was in Congress for 4 years, was a Navy helicopter pilot, and is just the second woman to lead New Jersey. She spoke about her state's role in the Revolutionary War.
This election proved that the people of New Jersey recognize the parallels, that we see a president illegally usurping power.
Sherrill adopted a defiant tone against the Trump administration. Sherrill replaces fellow Democrat Phil Murphy, marking the first time in more than 6 decades a political party has controlled the New Jersey governor's office for 3 straight terms. I'm Ed Donahue.
President Trump is celebrating completion of the first year of his second term, citing his role in settling 8 wars, reviving the U.S. economy, and securing the border against an overwhelming flood of deadly drugs and illegal immigrants. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres inviernos
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy warmer Wednesday.
Yeah.
Nicer tomorrow. Then it all goes to the pot there on Friday. So.
Just one little taste, a little dip into what spring could feel like in just a couple of months, and then straight into the Arctic.
Yes.
We're going to dip a toe.
Yeah, it's going to get cold here, and hopefully, if you were listening last hour, they could really use your help. Food Not Bombs and various other organizations are trying to find shelter for all the homeless that are going to need it here when we have overnight lows of 11 and 4 and 18 collectively here over the next several nights.
Tis not going to be fun.
Yep. So if you can help out, please. Food Not Bombs, Roswell on Facebook. If you've got a place where you can house people, store people, it's literally, it doesn't have to be fancy. Just someplace to get them out of cold, someplace you can get them maybe cots, lay down, some heat source of some kind. Or anything. They're going to be out tomorrow on the courthouse, or today on the courthouse lawn, serving, and you can drop donations off there this afternoon too, if you'd like to. Coats, hats, sleeping blankets, sleeping bags, whatever, things that keep people warm. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm always surprised when I hear that the Alaskan tundra was taken in 1923 or whatever, and they climbed those mountains and formed those areas that are livable now, essentially in the cities. But it's That was before like modern heat and like sub-zero jacket. It's insane the level of cold that people subjected themselves to just to be, blaze the frontier.
Actually sleeping in an igloo is quite warm.
There's a hotel in, I don't know where it is exactly, but it's completely made of ice.
Yeah. I think I've seen that where they do it every year. I don't think they can keep it, obviously.
Yeah, it doesn't stick around.
Yeah.
But it is up for the winter months, and it looks really nice. And There's no like internal heating. It's just that your body heat. It's basically the same way a blanket works.
Yeah.
I was trying to explain that to Hunter the other day because he put his coat on. He's like, my coat is cold. I'm like, it will be until your body warms it, and then it will warm your body.
Yeah.
It's a real symbiotic relationship.
It's like when you get in bed at night under that blanket.
That's how igloos work. I saw something the other day that was kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
So this is a technique that people have apparently used for centuries to both keep themselves warm outside and also to cook.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in snow, you can actually make a chimney of snow, essentially.
A chimeria.
Yeah. You put like a stick in the middle of it and build around it, and then you pull the stick and then you put another hole in the side. You can actually put firewood in there and start a fire, and it won't melt. It like the cold of the outside like traps in the heat.
Yeah.
So it actually works as like a blast furnace or like a chimenea.
I imagine it has to be pretty cold out for that to actually work.
Right. Yeah, you're probably not going to be doing that, like 27 degrees weather. But
yeah, the tundra,
yeah. Well, first you got to find the snow.
And wood, for that matter.
And then the wood, yeah. Dry wood.
There's just no trees. There's just snow. That's really the bigger problem. I don't think it's, like you could build enough stuff to keep warm. It's just you have enough to live off of. Water, food. I mean, I guess water with the snow, but food.
Yeah.
Well,
and they actually say it's a lot of people who have gone like crazy or gotten severe frostbite or whatever. They say a lot of that comes from eating snow.
Sure.
Because your body doesn't absorb the water or the moisture of frozen water. It has to be brought to a certain temperature and then consumed. So like eating snow can actually dehydrate you.
Yeah. Well, and then too, you also have to worry about like snow blindness and the sun,
Well, now we're getting into Survivor Man territory with the pinhole glasses.
Yeah. Well, that's the Inuit tribes. That's what they would use, the little slit glasses and everything to navigate and see because the sun. Yeah, there's a whole lot of other variables to worry about than just cold up there.
Right. There's a lot that goes into it. But yeah, the blazers of the frontiers and the trails did all that stuff with like windbreakers.
I wish they did more Survivor Man. You said Survivor Man. Now I'm like, not his specials. The old school Survivor Man show. Well, every week he's on for an hour and he go to a different desert thing one week and a tundra thing or a jungle one week.
I gotta imagine he's either done with survival like in general or he's just shown you everything he can.
I just want to watch more of it.
Once you get to a point where you use your own pee to create drinkable water, I'm pretty sure that's the height of the tips.
Yeah. Well, I just want tips. I just like watching him out in the middle of nowhere doing his thing. That's just enjoyed it. Like I watched like his specials. Like he had when Katrina hit, he literally did a whole hour how to survive in like a Katrina-like event, hurricane. Like the boats.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah, there was a whole hour special.
I like the concept of the Survivor Man or even like a Bear Grylls coming into like an urban environment.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Bear Grylls did one of those.
But don't trust anything Bear Grylls does. He stays in a hotel and eats steak.
I know. But it was like how to survive in like if the apocalypse or if like a zombie thing happens you're in a city environment.
Yeah.
He's like, get as high as possible because they won't climb to find you or whatever. And
so I don't think Les Stroud's going to go zombie apocalypse.
No.
He's a realist.
Yeah.
Although, that being said, there's whole specials on him going hunting for Bigfoot. So
Les Stroud?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, there's a whole series where he's looking for Bigfoot.
Come on.
So maybe I'm wrong.
It's one of those things where when you see somebody who's like got these instincts and these survival abilities, you kind of hope that they're not straight stupid. Like
right.
you have this in the back of your head. It's like, you're a learned man. Why are you out hunting Sam Squanch?
Well, he has spent a lot of time alone in the woods.
That's true.
That does tend to make you think different after a while. But, you know a show I missed that they used to have? It was on History Channel. and it was around the same time Survivor Man and these other shows were in their heyday. It was, I think it was called like Hunted or Hunter.
Are you talking about where the guy had to like find the?
Yes,
it's called Man Tracker.
Man Tracker.
It was the best
I loved that show
on the planet.
I loved that show.
That dude and his horse could track anybody down.
Yeah, I loved that show.
As soon as you were like, you know what else show I missed? I'm like, I bet he's going to talk about Man Tracker.
Yes,
I love that.
That was a good show.
Because I mean, there were certain episodes where they would elude capture, but it wasn't very often.
Yeah.
That guy was good. He was like, there's a broken twig right there. That means he ran through here. You can't exactly look for like, droppings because it's a dude.
I feel like in reality, the guy's like, hey, check in with the other camera crew where the guy's at. Let's go find him.
All right. That would really throw a wrench in the show if it turned out it was all just sponsored by Live 360.
Right.
It's like, let's see, 2.5 miles that way.
That's right. Well, let me get on the walkie. Bob, where you crew at? They had and that was right around the time where the History Channel was kind of throwing a lot of shows at the wall to see what sticks. The other show that was around at that time that I and maybe 3 other dudes that lived in Canada liked was there was a reality show about jousting. And it was literally these guys lived in this house very much like Real World or Big Brother or anything else.
Right.
But they had these jousting tournaments, and there were different teams, and they would joust. They put on the armor and the full-on jousting, and then they do this tournament and have and they were legit jousting. It's not like the ring not like the Sport of Maryland. This
Full metal jousting.
Yes, that was a great. They had like 2 seasons of it, I think. It was
one season.
It was only one.
Yeah, only one. It's because they packed enough into that one season to
I love
sustain
that
it for
show.
2.
That was a fun show.
You know what messed me up on jousting is the movie A Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I understand why they did it. They were really trying to turn, the sport of jousting into just this like rock star lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like with all the music, like the metal music they were playing behind it and stuff. The thing that threw me off was at the end, and I don't know if it was all of them, but at the end of Heath Ledger's jousting, whatever you call it,
right?
There was a little like pewter fist, like, and they exploded every time they hit their opponent.
Yeah.
So in my head, it was just like Heath Ledger's character just has a guy on hand that just builds like ceramic fists for the end of his jousting pole.
Yeah. Well, the one guy hid the spike in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole.
But it was always like that. It was every single joust. There was that thing. I'm like, is that how it works with regular jousting?
No,
I didn't think so.
No. Nor did they play "We Will Rock You" before the game, before the joust.
I'd imagine.
But loots. But when you think about it, there really isn't pound for pound another jousting movie out there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's got the lockdown on jousting movies.
It was.
I mean, there's movies that had jousting in it, but they weren't solely featuring jousting.
You know what else? You know what other movie? This is an obscure one. Black Knight.
Oh yeah, but that was more about him going back in time to be a knight, not
it was
and it being a jouster in a jousting tournament.
That was one of my.
He basically worked at like medieval times or something, and then fell in a dirty moat and went back in time or something, didn't he?
Not the direction I would have taken. I'd have been like, we need to start looking into electricity so we can start investing in things.
Well, it was like it was a stupid version of Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Where he goes back, not Evil Dead, the one where he goes back in time, the one after Evil Dead. This is my boomstick. What was that movie called? Oh, crap. It was after Evil Dead. Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness, yeah.
Thank you. That one. Army of Darkness.
Yeah, I can absolutely
It's like a stupid version of Army of Darkness. Not that, Army of Darkness is some kind of, cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny, but,
Oh, apparently I can shop for boomsticks. I was just trying to type in.
There's like a whole underground thing for Evil Dead, and there's still people that it's cult. It's very much like Rocky Horror Picture Show, the Evil Dead and genre fan.
Did you you see any of SNL over the weekend? So
just what little clips I saw of the Stranger Things stuff.
I think we talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
There was a line in the cold open. It was J.D. Vance up at the podium talking. He says, I came here to kick bubblegum and chew ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. That made me laugh hard.
That's funny. Funny way to say it.
All we're saying is there's really some classics out there. You just got to go find them. I wonder who would even still have Man Tracker. Like you could find that show. History. Who runs history stuff?
I think a lot of that shows up on Hulu.
Hulu? Yeah, probably. Yeah, that'd be one that
why not put it on there?
It's evergreen. You can go back and rewatch it, and that seems like a show you could make today relatively easily. That they should bring back.
Right. Well, the problem is technology makes Man Tracker really easy.
Yeah.
Because everyone's got a phone on them nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
Literally, where's he at? Hold on. Boop, boop, boop.
Well, it says it's on Amazon Prime, but I'm guessing you have to pay for those episodes.
Well, I wouldn't pay money for Man Tracker.
There are full episodes on YouTube, it looks like.
Ooh.
So
get your beak wet with that. Man Tracker on YouTube, and then decide if you want to actually give people money for it.
You want to commit actual dollars.
Well, I'm hoping there's that one movie that I was talking about a month ago, starring the dude from the radio that I like, Chad Dukes, but it was almost like a Napoleon Dynamite spinoff.
Yeah, with John Heder in it.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that to show up free somewhere, because last time I saw you could still rent it on Prime, but I ain't about to rent it.
I would imagine you could find it. I mean, they're probably going to have a version of it on YouTube at some point.
It's got Billy Zane in it and John Heder.
Tapawingo.
That's it, Tapawingo.
Yeah. Is Tapawingo a real movie? Yeah, so
it is.
It came out in 2023, so it's bound to be available somewhere.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's not just free on Prime now.
Wow.
Because I don't ever think it was in a movie.
It's not free anywhere. You can get it on Prime from $4.99, Apple TV from $4.99, Google from $4.99. Basically, $3 to $4.99. The cheapest is Fandango for $3.99.
Okay. Well,
how much do you love Chad Dukes?
Maybe $4.99 worth.
$4.99. I'm sorry, I can only commit to loving you 99 cents.
I mean, I already pay $11.99 or whatever Prime runs, $15. I don't know what they pay for that thing.
That's the thing, though. I feel so stupid, paying for movies now. It's like I have access to stores of them.
Yeah.
And I'm still going out and paying for a movie.
Yeah, that's kind of feel the same way. That's why I'm kind of
this is how they get you.
I feel like in a week it's going to be free over here.
Right. Oh, that's the worst feeling in the world. And I have a friend that's happened to them at least a couple of times where they'll buy a movie or they'll pay the $20 to rent or whatever, the cinematic rent, and then you literally a week later it's on Netflix. It's like, oh, you should have waited.
Yep.
Hang out, man.
Yeah. Let me give you the rundown. We're going to play our interview with Don Weld that Sean had with Friends of Bitter Lake last Thursday when I was getting my lasers put in.
It's Gary Laser Eyes.
So we'll play that here in just a bit. We'll also get you up to date with news and all that good stuff as well.
Indeed.
It is 9:21. Let's take a look at your weather. It's going to be cold.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looking good for the next few days. Our next storm system rolls in on Friday with some rain and snow. For now, we'll stay sunny. Our high today in the mid-50s. Overnight, mid-20s and some clouds. A little bit more cloud cover on Thursday, but still some sunshine and fairly mild. We'll hit about 60. Rain and snow showers in the morning on Friday. Rain in the afternoon and 40. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 39 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 38% with winds out of the north at 9 miles per hour. For today, sunny and 54. Winds will be out of the north 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 25. Winds will be out of the south at 5 miles per hour. Thursday, partly cloudy, our warm day, 60 for a high tomorrow, near 60. Winds will be out of the southeast at around 5 miles per hour. Then Thursday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 31. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then Friday, the weather changes. Beginning Friday morning at 11 a.m., they have issued a winter storm watch that will remain in effect through 5 a.m. on Sunday. For Friday, you can expect an 80% chance of precipitation. It'll be in the form of snow before 8 a.m., then changing over to rain, possibly a rain-snow shower mix. High of 40 or near 40 on Friday with north winds at around 10 miles per hour. Friday night, our chance of precip is at 100%. It's going to be rain and snow showers early, becoming just snow after 8 p.m. Expect an overnight low of 18 degrees. Saturday, we're looking at a 90% chance at snow showers, high of only 26. Saturday night, we're looking at a 70% chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 11. Sunday, a 20% chance of snow showers before 11, mostly cloudy, gradually clearing, but a high of only 30 on Sunday. Mostly clear Sunday night with an overnight low of 4 degrees. 4, yes, not 14, not 24, 4. Monday, mostly sunny, 35. Monday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 9. And then 44 on Tuesday. So maybe start to see a warm up on Tuesday. All right, 9:24. We're going to take a quick commercial break, then play our interview with Don Weld and Friends of Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Hey, Roswell, New Year's resolutions are tough. Eat better, exercise more, remember where you parked. So how about one you'll actually keep? Drive something you'll love from Roswell Ford. Roswell Ford makes trading up to a new Ford fast, fun, and easy. Right now, during the loan and lease termination event at Roswell Ford, we'll do whatever it takes to get you released from your loan or lease, even if you owe thousands more than your car, truck, or SUV is worth, so you can get massive savings on a great selection of new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles. Buy now with zero down and make no payments until Easter. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if your credit is less than perfect. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. All roads lead to huge American-made savings. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Interest accrues from date of sale, subject to lender approval. Offers not combined on select vehicles.
Get ready for the funnest night of the year in Artesia. The Artesia Arts Council presents the second annual Dueling Pianos fundraiser featuring Killer Keys. It's an all-request, high-energy battle of the pianos where you pick the playlist. Join us Thursday, January 29th at the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center for a night of comedy and music that supports art education and cultural programming right here in our community. Tickets are limited. Reserve your seat now at artesiaartscouncil.com. That's artesiaartscouncil.com. See you at the show.
Confidence is in the details, and your face deserves expert care. Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental, and in our office, Botox treatments are administered by an expert dentist with advanced knowledge of facial anatomy. Precision is always our priority when it comes to your Botox treatments, along with attention to what you want for your perfect results. For a beautifully natural and youthful result, visit with us, the Botox experts at Carabelli Dental.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 5,700 current Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success, that's what we're about.
Ready, set, hurry on down to Tate Branch Roswell, where we finish first. Experience the Tate Branch difference here at Tate Branch Roswell, where business is done the Tate Branch way with honesty and integrity to deliver an exceptional customer experience. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that are priced to move and are backed with a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's all backed by friendly, hometown customer service that puts you first every time. So don't wait. Head on down to Tate Branch Roswell right here at 2000 West 2nd Street and drive home happy today. Tate Branch Roswell. Come experience the world-class experience you have been waiting for.
Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. Not sure which is your dominant hand? Just wait. You'll nail it. Here's Mike Winters.
Don Weld today, wearing his proverbial Bitter Lake National Wildlife Refuge hat. How are you doing this morning, Don?
I'm doing good, Sean. How you doing?
Oh, doing good. Good to finally kick off 2026. I'm starting to kind of get into the routine of things, and things are kind of getting to the back to normalcy of it all. But you know, it's a new beginning, and we're just hoping for the best in 2026. How are things in your Rome?
They're just as chaotic as ever.
Oh yeah, of course.
Why not? You know. It's a new year, but it's the same old stuff.
It's funny when just two catastrophic events happen in a day. I'm like, slow news day.
Yeah, there you go. What's going to happen?
The world's not on fire at 5 p.m. on a Tuesday. I think we're going to be okay. But you are a man of many hats. Today we are wearing our Bitter Lake National Wildlife Refuge helmet. Obviously, Bitter Lake National Wildlife Refuge here, just outside of Roswell, just north of Roswell, is a reserved area and a beautiful area. If you've never been out there, it is an absolutely gorgeous area. Just a snapshot of the southwest, of the desert Southwest, and just an amazing view from that balcony. But obviously, 2026 means new things, big things. How are things at Bitter Lake?
Well, again, a lot of changes going on out there.
Sure.
We haven't had a full-time manager for, almost a year now. Well, about 8 months. And what they do is they pull a manager from another refuge around the area,
right?
And they come in and they'll do what needs to be done for anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months, and then another one comes in.
And then they just move on. That doesn't ever give anybody a chance to. I mean, because once you're here long enough, you get to know the lay of the land.
Right.
You get to know your staff, and that's why a long-term manager. I mean, I'm sure just really helps in every aspect.
That was a big thing about the previous full-time manager before she moved. And I can't blame her. She had an opportunity to more or less go back home and manage a refuge close to her loves,
right?
her territory. So, but they're working on getting a new one. It's an open billet right now, and they will have a new one. But beyond that, we lost our community interface person.
Oh no!
Steve Alvarez,
right?
Retired.
Mm-hmm.
We knew this was coming.
Sure, I remember the interview right before. I believe it was just days before his final final day
in December. He left at the end of December. Had a really nice party for him, but now that means that the guidance of our Dragonfly Festival has been left up to someone else.
And anybody who knows Steve or knew Steve's involvement with Dragonfly Festival knows that, I mean, that was a well-oiled machine, largely because of his leadership and largely because he took it by the horns and said, we're going to make this happen. Here's this, here's that, here's this. And it always works out and goes off without a hitch. But that's not by accident. There's a lot of inner machinations that go into that.
Takes a lot of work. Fortunately, I have all of his previous paperwork, so it shouldn't be. All I got to do is start following the steps.
Sure.
But
and yeah, there's going to be a certain finesse that you have to put on things. I feel like it's one of those situations where Roswell tends to exist in a cyclical bubble. In that every year the events that we have, while they do take a lot of planning, a lot of effort that goes into them, they're largely, I mean, what's going to go where.
Right.
You know where the sand and the water tank's going to go. You know where the fish tank's going to go. The different exhibits and where they're going to be set up. All the different tours and the schedules there. That's all kind of written down in the paperwork. And now it's just sort of the execution side of things.
That's right. We got to contact all these people, get them back onto the page they're supposed to be on,
right?
And we'll follow through with it. So we'll get there.
Sure.
And our first now, of course, we have a committee that does all of this stuff. So our first committee meeting will be February. Let me see. What was that? February 4th.
Okay.
It's going to be just before our regular board meeting, Friends of Bitter Lake board meeting, and we're going to meet out at the trailer park, Roadrunner.
Ah, yes.
I had to think about that. Roadrunner Trailer Park off of 19th Street, I think it is. And we'll be there at 5 o'clock that day.
Okay.
And that'll be our first meeting. And then immediately following, we'll have the regular board meeting. Anybody is welcome to come out, especially those who would like to help out with the Dragonfly Committee. and help get things going.
And this is an opportunity. I mean, not to say, because obviously Steve, like we said, always made this festival work like a well-oiled machine.
Mm-hmm.
But this is an opportunity to introduce, new to the festival. If you're somebody who has maybe an idea or a vision of something that you've been to Dragonfly festivals in the past and thought, well, this is really cool, but if we just did it this way, tweak it just a little bit.
Yeah.
I think this could be a huge, huge deal. If you're somebody that has ideas like that, come out to this meeting. Let your voice be heard, because right now is the best time for it to ever happen.
That's right.
So I mean, let's get that going for sure.
Prior to that, the weekend before, on the 31st of January, we have our winter members meeting, and it will be it'll be a potluck type of thing.
Okay.
We will serve some pizzas. We'll have pizzas.
Nice.
And we ask if you're going to come out, bring a side dish of some kind, salads, desserts, whatever. That's going to be at noon on Saturday.
I'm always the guy. They're like, Sean, can you just bring the cups?
Yeah.
Can we just? I mean, we know you can't. We can't expect much out of you, but can you at least bring a sleeve of cups?
There you go.
Or a bag of ice or something. Just bring something to the party.
Bag of potato chips.
There you go. Absolutely. So I mean, obviously, that's a chance for items to be discussed. Obviously, we're getting into 2026. It's a whole, like we said, with the cycle of things. It's sort of like we're getting into springtime, and the refuge starts to wake up a little bit. More different types of animals, different species start to kind of come back towards the refuge.
Yep.
And this is we'll call it the busy season for the refuge. There's a lot of activity out there, and a lot of folks that are needed to survey the land to make sure everything is copacetic and doing what it needs to do.
We got the cranes out there right now. They'll be there until about March, so you can come out during the day. They take off. In the mornings, when that sun comes up, they say, I'm hungry.
Right.
So they fly off into the fields and do their foraging for the day. They can come back about evening. So if you want to see the cranes at the refuge, come out there just before sunset.
Okay.
Go down and watch them come in and land, and then you can come back out. Now, granted, the gates will close at sunset.
Yes. So plan your trip accordingly. I would say head out there about maybe like 4:30 or so.
Yep.
To get your spot, and then right as the sun sets, you get to see the cranes kind of coming back in, and then skedaddle because that gate's getting locked. You don't want to be trapped inside the refuge overnight. That would be a fun adventure. So yeah, make sure to plan that.
Well,
also,
you can always get out.
Yeah. So we'll just hop over that fence, but also, it was brought to my attention recently that the main road out to the refuge is now back open again.
Yes, Pine Lodge.
The Pine Lodge Road.
They finished all that work.
Yep, that big dip there that was closed from all the flooding. They have made the repairs necessary, and the main path is open. Because getting to Dragonfly Festival last year was definitely an adventure. I went to parts of Roswell that I've never even seen before.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It was like an education. I'm like, I didn't even know there was a neighborhood over here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
and I did the same thing. I got to see some places I didn't know existed.
Exactly. I used to think about it like if you've ever played like a video game and you go into a spot that you've never been into before, you've unlocked that area. And that's kind of how I treated Roswell. I'm like, I've never been over to that little section. I'm going to go unlock that part of Roswell.
There you go.
So it was unlocked for me that day. But yeah, the main path there at Pine Lodge is open. So smooth sailing to get you to and from Bitter Lake National Wildlife Refuge. I know folks out there who have been coming out to Dragonfly Festival for generations. They came out as kids, and now that they're parents, they're bringing their kids out to Dragonfly and introducing them to things and to concepts that really were just kind of getting discovered when they were kids. Ideas and about migrations and ideas about what plants and what local species are growing. Those concepts were just kind of getting formed a generation or two ago, and now we're in that next phase of, okay, so now we know why it grows here. Now let's talk about how it grows here and things like that. And that's what the new generation
That's what we're doing now, yep.
And it's
the
great.
Dragonfly was actually started in 2001.
Really? Okay, so that was a year before I graduated. Let's put some perspective on that.
And the first Dragonfly event, we actually held it here in town at the mall out here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah, at the mall. What they would do is they would gather, they had lectures and whatnot, load people on buses and drive them out to the refuge and go
and then do the
tours.
Okay.
So, and they did that for a few years.
That was before we had a main facility out there at Bitter Lake.
That's right.
Okay.
Right. When they built the nature store, that was in 2000, I want to say 7.
Okay.
7 or 8, somewhere around there. When they built that, then they moved the Dragonfly Festival out to the refuge. And typically, in the we had that COVID period where we but typically we get about 1,500 people out there.
It's amazing every time I've gone out there to that festival just to see just the line of cars. I mean, you have to drive down that path for quite some time before you find a parking spot.
Oh yeah.
And then there's always shuttle vehicles that are going up and down the road.
We do provide that,
offering folks rides, which makes things so much easier if you have two relatively annoying under 15-year-old children. It really does help with those shuttles. But yeah, it's amazing to see how that facility has grown and what it's become over just such a short time. And like you said, COVID being right there in the middle of it, that was such a, we don't talk about COVID, but that was such a halt to everything, to the momentum. Then to pick that back up again and have it be where it is today is
we managed to get away with just missing, I think it was 1 year or 2 years. 1 year. We missed 1 year. The year after that, we did some safety precautions, but we still were able to have our meetings.
Yeah, 2020 was one of those that's like, it never happened. We went from 2019 to 2021. We don't talk about that other time.
That's right. It was a mess.
It was interesting. But yeah, to pick that momentum back up and to make the refuge what it is today, it's absolutely amazing. And you have such an amazing staff out there that keeps that refuge going. I mean, just the rangers out there, the folks who, one of the things that I discovered the last time I took a tour, and I didn't know, I guess it makes total sense, but I didn't really put two and two together. These folks live on site. They have a little like an internal village where there's houses and
some
set
there,
up.
yeah.
And there's some of those rangers that stay there full time or do in shifts, and that's a commitment. You're there.
Yep.
I think back to a time like Goliath. When you were just there.
That's right.
You were set up, and you had to rely on what you had.
And we do have volunteers who help out. They do some work around the whole refuge, but basically they're there to run the nature store, and we provide them with a space for their trailers. These are traveling people, and we get them from all over the country. They'll come in with their trailer, park it in the secure areas that we have, and then do their work. Hey, it's a great deal.
Yeah, sure.
3 days a week. You get all your utilities taken care of. You just bring your trailer, park it there, and you can travel from the refuge all around the country on your 3 days a week, 4 days a week off.
Absolutely.
3 on, 4 off. I mean,
yeah. And what a hub to be a part of. I mean, you have your home base here.
Yeah.
Go off and see America and then come on back.
That's right. They can go down to Carlsbad, go up to Rudos, go anywhere they want to go.
There's a lot, and the cool part about Roswell is it's a great hopping off place because you set up here. It's just a short drive to the caverns. It's just a short drive to Lake Van.
That's
it's just a short drive to to Carlsbad, to Hobbs. Just a short drive to pretty much anywhere in southeastern Mexico. You get there in a few hours, and then you're in a whole new world.
Yeah. So that's a good thing for those traveling people. Our RVers, as we call them. So that's another aspect. But the biggest reason that whole refuge is there is for the wildlife.
Absolutely.
Of course. And we don't, that's why we close down at night. There's no overnight camping. There's no camping, really.
Right.
But if you want to come out and There's some picnic tables. You can have a picnic, do all of that kind of stuff. And, of course, we love to have people come out and volunteer to do work.
Absolutely.
Now, they can join the Friends of Bitter Lake, and that's what our meeting is on the 31st. Is a Friends of Bitter Lake meeting. Be at the nature store, noon. Bring a side dish. It's a great time to renew your membership or to join.
Absolutely. All those, and every single dollar that, in that Friends of Bitter Lakes, that goes towards, preservation. That goes towards efforts to keep the refuge going, towards, fixing certain areas. One of the things that, that was explained to me is the aquifer system that's set up out there, and how when one is running low, they'll actually pump either by a natural pump system or an actual like hydraulic pump system, pump water from one of those to the other just to balance things out.
Right.
To for certain breeds of birds or cranes, like you said, will only hunt or only gather in like shallow water, so they'll move water to that area for that specific purpose. All these things that cost money. That takes money to keep it up to date and repaired
mostly.
Yeah, absolutely.
The actual money to run the operation, of course, it's a federal facility, but so that money is there. But that's very limited.
Right.
Our budgets have been cut, so we're adjusting things. That's where the Friends come in. We help out with those extras, things that wouldn't normally be taken care of.
It fills in the cracks, and there's other things like as we mentioned, the refuge is live, it's active, and that's going to keep going even when things like a government shutdown are happening, and funds aren't where they're supposed to be. The animals are still going to need the resources that they need, and that ecosystem still exists regardless of bureaucracy.
Right.
So that's where the Friends of the Bitter Lakes really come in and fill in those cracks.
Yeah,
it's definitely a helpful thing. So if you want to be a part of that, that meeting again, the Friends of Bitter Lake meeting is again
January 31st, Saturday,
and that's Saturday noon at the nature shop,
at the nature show, nature store.
And they'll go over everything for 2026, kind of where what's needed for what areas, and as far as volunteers that are needed for certain spots. And again, folks, it's a great opportunity if you're looking for something to be a part of your community, to volunteer, to give some of your time. This is a great place to do it because you get to be one with nature. You get to be out there in this ecosystem and an active part of making it a better place.
Yep.
And that's really what it's all about.
That's what we do.
Absolutely.
We're there to help out the refuge and build it up, keep it going. And if you don't want to join the Friends, you can also become a refuge volunteer. Now, they're compatible groups. Some people are in both.
Okay.
And they do volunteer work. A lot of the volunteers are on the bird count. And that's another feature entirely, where they go out and once a week and count birds. Now,
how do you keep track? Because so this is sort of off topic, but one of my kids and my favorite things to do is right around sunset. If you go over to the Albertsons down here on South Main, a lot of those grackles gather in the trees, and what we like to do is we call it flipping pigeons, like they do in training day. We get out, we just to get the birds to.
Yeah, I get that.
I cannot imagine sitting there going. There's 37. Now I do know I've seen Rain Man. There are people out there who could see a scattering of birds and go 46.
Yeah,
there's 46. Just trust me on this.
Yeah,
I mean
they do. They see it as a group.
What a Herculean effort that must be.
And that's something they have to learn how to do.
Sure.
You don't just say, okay, I can count that at 25, or I can count that if it, no. You have to say, okay, you learn that group is about 25. So the bird counts are never 100% accurate.
But you're guesstimating that a cloud of birds about that size, that's probably 46 birds.
Yeah, there you go. And that's the way they do it.
Okay.
So don't say that when we counted 10,000 cranes that we sat there and counted every one of them. We guesstimated groups and then put it all together.
Now, the fun part, it's not the counting them, it's giving them names. Jim, Terry, Phil, Richard.
Yeah, that's right.
Because then you got to keep track of them.
Yeah, and don't forget Emily and Susie and.
Where is Jennifer?
Yeah, there you go.
So that's the fun part of things. But if you're somebody who enjoys that side of things, keeping track of things, the numerical side of things, it's not me. I'm more of a creative brain than a logical brain for sure. But if that's how you work, we work with numbers. This is a great opportunity.
Hey, we got opportunities for all of that.
There you go.
Come out and join us. We're going to need lots of people to do a lot of those creative things, as well as the grunt work. Let's carry some shovels and dig up holes here. Speaking of that, coming up at what is that? In the spring, we have the Arbor
Day. Yep.
About that time each year, we go out onto the Butterfly Trail.
Okay.
And clean it up. Get rid of all the garbage, dig up some of the weeds, and plant milkweed for the butterflies.
Nice.
So we try to keep that going. Of course, at the Dragonfly, we release butterflies, and we have seen butterflies hours and days and weeks and even months later, butterflies back there that were probably released during the butterfly.
That's awesome.
Release in Dragonfly time.
They either followed their nose to the milkweed or they just instinctively came home.
They knew. Yeah.
That's such a neat thing about butterflies. Creatures like that is they work so much off of instinct.
That's right. And butterflies. This migration to the south that they do is not every generation. They move in generations. A generation will move here, plant their eggs, and then may probably die off, or some of them continue on. But then that next generation instinctively knows, oh, okay, I bulk up here, I get going, and I got to go that way.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, my son asked me one time. He goes, "How do they know?" Because we were watching a V of I think it was ducks flying south, I guess. And he goes, "How do they know to fly south?" I'm like, "Well, when you don't have your coat on and you get cold, what do you think?" "Oh, I need to go find a warm spot." Right?
Yeah.
That's what they think. They're like, "Well, it's a little chilly here. I'm gonna go grab a Mai Tai down south."
That's right.
Find warmer climes, as they say.
They know.
So
it's the animal kingdom has been around here a lot longer than humans.
That's right. They've been doing this for a while. They know what they're
just a few million years is all.
Exactly. So they know what's up. But now, as far as the new positions that we have in place, the development side of things for situations like the Dragonfly Festival. As far as candidates for that, you obviously have, like you said, the ad is out. But who would be somebody that would fit that bill? What kind of person are you looking for to fill that position?
Well, they're going to need somebody who, first of all, loves nature.
Absolutely, sure.
Plus, have some organizational skills. And they're going to need. It's probably you're going to have to have a degree. I would say probably at least a master's.
Okay.
And in some cases, we've had doctors who take over.
Specifically in conservation wildlife management, I would assume?
Pretty much, yeah. Most of their applicants will come out of the overall group.
Like a LinkedIn situation? Or like just a pool?
I'm trying to think of the group, the name, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife.
Fish and Wildlife.
That's what I was trying to think of. I'm getting old,
Well, you wear 16 hats. You can't be expected to remember everything for everything. Come on now. Give yourself a break.
Fish and Wildlife. That's where the applicants will come from. Is out of that whole big umbrella.
Right.
The parks and federal parks are under that Fish and Wildlife umbrella.
Gotcha.
And you go to the national parks, that's one group. You go to the refuges, that's another group. And so that's where they're going to jostle
Pick
around
and choose from,
and
sure.
find their. And these are a lot of people out there with a lot of expertise. So I'm sure they're going to be able to find a more than qualified person.
Sure, that's one thing I will say about the Department of Fish and Wildlife is it's an organization that there's so many refuges, so many national parks, so many reserved spaces here in the United States. That's
right.
Thanks to efforts from FDR and things of that, people like that. America has so many spots, so many oases, if you will, that we can, getaways and places to learn. But specifically, with national parks here in the United States, there's so many different climates. We have, we're a nation of 16 different nations. We have Arctic areas, we have desert areas, we have forest areas and rainforest areas, and having a certification or training in specifically desert animals and desert climates, I would imagine that's something that's going to peak for this position specifically.
Pretty much so. Although the managers and those approaching management level, they usually have to work their way up to that. You see a biologist will come into one refuge, spend a couple of years there and learn everything they can about that particular ecology.
Right.
Then they'll transfer to another one to learn more about a different ecology. Well, the same way with managers. They like to go in and manage a particular space, particular ecology, and then move on to another one.
Right.
And apply what they learned there or can apply to a new place. So it's not something that somebody gets into and sits there for 20 years or 30 years. They want to learn more, and that's another thing that they're looking for in that person.
It's I bring up a kind of an attached story. My dad, when he was going to college, his first degree, he actually got his master's degree as in conservation and wildlife management.
Ah, okay.
Then he discovered how much more learning there was involved with the process, and he then switched his degree and got his degree in occupational safety and health. And that was the career path that he went down, was workers' compensation. He's like, I'm going to sell insurance. That's way easier than having to constantly keep up with, with changing climates and learning about all these different ecosystems.
Yeah.
It was a lot easier. So he took the path more traveled. What can I say?
Hey, sometimes you got to do that.
That's right. That's right.
There's only so much money to be made in some career paths.
Sure.
And if you can adapt that career path to one that makes you more money, then you're naturally going to go there.
Absolutely.
I don't blame them.
So get that expertise if you can. But in the meantime, if you've got a couple extra bucks, rubbing against the side of your pocket, and you want to help out Bitter Lake National Wildlife Refuge, your money would go to a great organization, a great cause, and every dollar will be kept right here in our area.
We keep trying to upgrade and repair everything we possibly can. So we're getting there.
There you go. July 31st, noon at the store out there. The store out there. They're going to have the Friends of Bitter Lake meeting. Bring a side dish, and if you've never been a part of Bitter Lakes, this is a great chance to come out and learn about the organization. Tour the facility, and see if it's something you want to be involved with.
Yeah, and we would welcome you. It's called a membership meeting. It's for the members. But we'll welcome anybody.
Absolutely.
Because you're always a prospective member if you aren't already.
Right.
So,
and as long as the gates are open, get on out to Bitter Lake and enjoy wintertime. Obviously, in places like southeastern New Mexico, things are a little drab. We don't have the colors that we usually do, but it's a great chance to see wildlife that you don't get to see any other time of year. That thrive in this climate, in this environment this time of year.
Yep.
So it's an awesome opportunity to come on out to Bitter Lake National Wildlife Refuge. If folks want more information about the refuge or about Friends of Bitter Lake, where do they go?
Well, they can go online to friendsofbitterlake.org.
Okay.
That's one. You can go on to Bitter Lake. Oh, what is that one? There's another website for the Bitter Lake itself through the federal government. You can Google that.
So head to Google and just type in Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge. That'll take you where you need to go.
And that'll get you there.
There you go.
So if you need any other information, you can always call the nature store. And I'll probably have that number, but I would have to look it up. But anyway, if nothing else, you can always call me, and I'll get you in touch somehow.
And if you got nothing to do on the weekend, bring the kids out. Let them tour the area. Then hit up the nature store. There's a lot of really cool STEM activities. A lot of interesting projects for families that the families can do together that really are nature centric. So come out and tour the store.
Yeah. And I found the number, Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge. You call 575-244-6256, and that gets you right to the nature store. And during normal business hours, somebody will be there to inform you on whatever you want.
To answer all your questions. There you go. Well, Don, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate having you.
Thank you for letting me.
As you have 16 other things you've got to deal with, good luck to you in the coming days.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, as my daddy used to say, don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things.
There you go.
Some good advice
I like
on
that
the way
idea.
on.
Yeah.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. In Switzerland, for the World Economic Forum, President Trump has assured delegates he does not plan to use force to take control of Greenland. Some NATO allies have been skeptical, to say the least. The president says he's confident a deal can be worked out that will make all sides happy. Mr. Trump's arrival was delayed for a few hours after a minor electrical issue forced Air Force One to return to Joint Base Andrews. The president celebrating